Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it may be for you. Yeah, Pat, I don't know what's going on with tornadoes. I don't control them. They just do whatever the fuck they want. If you want to avoid tornadoes, just avoid areas where hot and cold air mix together. So, blame Texas and Canada for your problems. Anywho. We're doing a little bit different of a shiny hunt today. We are going to start doing soft resets for the shiny Gen 8 fossils. I've been putting work on both sword and shield getting ready for this. We're gonna start for Arctozolt, I think is the one I'm thinking of. It's the bird dino one, because I have 35 and 34 respectively. I only have 7 and 2 on the drakes and the fish, sadly. So it's a soft reset. So I can go ahead and do 34 combination, i.e. 34 checks, and then if none of them are shiny, I just soft reset back to having all the fossils, because every time it generates is when you have a shiny chance. It's not per fossil or whatever. So I can soft reset for this. I also have a metric fuck ton of Poplio eggs. And for those who don't remember, so far we're at 90 hatched Poplios with no luck. But as you can see, box 4, box 5, box 6, box 7, box 8 are all full of Poplio eggs. So if I get tired of doing fossils, we'll run around and hatch eggs at the same time. Which reminds me, I only have the actual counter up. Do I want the... Oh god, the egg counter is so far behind. Alright. I also need to reposition these other fucking counters. That one's fine. That one's not bad. This one I need to make a text for on what it is, and I definitely need to reposition it. So, I'll deal with that later. Why is that not collapsing? What? There it goes. I was like, do the thing, please. Thank you. So, first things first. We're gonna go to Route 6, I think is where she's at. Where's Route... There's Route 6. Because fossil restoration is on Route 6. And I will save before we start this. Because I'm at a camp. Yeah, she's right up here. Okay, cool. Just hop off the mic for simplicity's sake. So we're going to save real quick. You in my heart. Sorry, I have music going. All right. You got some fossils? Yes. I think it's bird dino is what we want. Yeah, dino, because I don't have a lot of fish and I don't have a lot of drake. Yes, please. I wish after you'd stuck them together, it would tell you and you could just pick which Pokemon you wanted. Yeah, Arctozolts is what we want. Not a shiny. Okay, so bird. Dino. Sadly, I can't make this any faster. You received an Arctozolts. These guys are very monochrome for all their shinies, so we're very obvious. Bird. Nope. Fuck. Something else. Bird. Dino. I don't know why these aren't in fucking alphabetical order, but hey. Doo-doo. Bam. Bird. Dino. Yes, please. In my heart, no matter what they say. Hi, Arctozolts. So that's 4. So this should be 5. So theoretically, if I go check my boxes, this will be where those Poplio eggs were. Bump. So I go here. I go here. So this, yeah, see. Alright. So we've gotten 5. Give me 1 sec, because I'm gonna do this. Right, I gotta take that out of that folder. Out of that folder. God, this is gonna be a pain in my butt. This is the problem with the folder. Out of the folder. Out of the folder. Fudge. I can't move it until it's out of the folder. No, it won't get out of the folder. There we go. Now I can move this. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna put it in the folder. There we go. And if I hold this button, it should reset it. It's supposed to, there it goes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right. Bird. Dino. Doo-doo. So this is 6. Survey says, obviously. There we go. So every time that number hits 30, because I have 34 and 35, if I remember correctly, of these guys, we will go ahead and soft reset the switch, i.e. we will close the game and relaunch the game. And I'm gonna have to skip this music because not a vibe. You guys would probably say blasphemy if I said that, but if you knew what I was hearing, but hey. You can't hear what I'm hearing, therefore you don't get to know. What do the fossils do? So if you combine the fossils with the, like, Galar's weird. Instead of having, the Helix fossil and the Dome fossil, i.e. Kabuto, well, Dome is Kabuto, Helix obviously is Automite. In Galar, there's 4 different types of fossils. Drake, Dino, Bird, Fish. They're each a half. So you're fusing 2 halves together to get the weird combination Pokemon here. Dracovish, Arctozolts, Arctovish, and I forget the other one. They have weird ass names, alright? And the fossils, as you combine them together, obviously you get a Pokemon. I get Arctozolts by doing Bird and Dino. I get this dude. Each chance of these guys has a chance at being shiny. This is the only way you can get them. You can't breed them in the game, by the way, because you're taking 2 and mashing them together. So in order to get the shiny fossils, I have to sit here and do this. But each check is different. Every single time you do a restoration, it's different. It's not dependent upon the fossil itself, like how the egg is determined to be shiny when you get the egg. So you can't just get 30 eggs, soft reset, and hatch the same 30 eggs over and over. Because the minute you pick up that egg, it has the shiny, determination on it. This doesn't have that. This is every single time you mash them together. So if I do 30, because I have 34 and 35 respectively of Bird and Dino, I do 30 Arctozolts checks. I can then soft reset my game to get back the 30 fossils and remash them together to see if I actually get the shiny roll. I've been low-key trying to save up for this. I have a lot more fossils in Shield. But moving between Shield and Sword for me is a pain in the butt. Was that 9 or 10? Fuck. Because I have all of them on the same Switch for my profiles. If I, let's see, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. That one was 10. Yep. But because I have my profiles for both games on the same Switch, I can't trade between the two. I would have to transfer one save file from one Switch to the other Switch, but because they're synced up to the same Nintendo Switch profile, it then gets weird to access the DLC content, which I would need. So it's kind of wonky. So we're just hunting what we can in Sword, and then we'll swap back over to Shield to hunt the rest. Ba-ba-bum. So that's 11. And all of them are like a gray monochrome with some purple. All 4 different types of these guys. Like, here, I'll pull up the Pokedex real quick. So I go Pokedex. Whoop. And we go to this one. And I want to say they're down towards the bottom. Oh, wait, hang on. Sort by number. I currently have them A through Z, and I was very confused. I want to say they're towards the bottom. Usually that's where they end up at. Where are they at? Where are they at? Where are they at? Not be looking for their weird ass sprites. Cramorant. Alright, we're just gonna go all the way down to the bottom. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. So we have Dracozolts is one. Arctozolt, who we're doing checks for right now. Dracovish and Arctovish. But all these guys become real monochrome with like a light purple tint to them or a purple accent. So that's what we're working on. If you want to farm up the fossils for your own hunt in these games, you need to either go to the Dust Bowl in the crap, what do they call it? The big wilderness place that's in the middle of the map. Or, like, you have a chance of finding some there. It's not a great chance. It's a very low chance, but you can find some there on the little sparkly items you pick up off the ground. Mainly, you go ahead and you go to... There's 2 Digging Brothers by Nursery Bridge in the wilderness area. That's what it's called. Wild area, whatever. Talk to the brother who does not have stamina. Should be the one on the left if you're looking at them both directly head on. Or, you know, in terms of just general location, he's closer to the nursery. Or breed or whatever. Daycare, whatever you want to call him. Talk to him. He doesn't dig up as many items, but he can dig up fossils. That's what I've been doing. I saved up a bunch of watts and just had him dig a shit ton. I need to finish spending the other 20,000 watts, which is 40 rounds of digging, because it's 500 per. Nope. Damn. I just haven't had the time. For the number of fossils I have, I've spent, I think, 120,000 watts so far with him. 130 watts, because I spent another 10k. Nope. Where in Shield, I've spent 200k watts. Saving up for, like, having him try to dig up fossils. Because he's not guaranteed to dig up fossils. He just has a chance to, and it's a lot more consistent, because you can do it multiple times a day. As far as I know, there's not a limit on how many times you can have him dig. At least I haven't hit it. But this one favors birds and fish, because those are the 2 mains, or 2 bases. Where the other one, or not birds and fish. This one favors bird and dino. Where in Shield, it favors fish and drake. You can get all 4 fossil types in both games. They're not game locked in any way. It's just one copy, or Sword heavily favors 2, while Shield heavily favors the other 2. It's a very weird system they have. Okay, so this will be number 16. And it will show on that screen. That's why you're not seeing me check, like, in the box or anything. It'll actually show on the screen whenever it's like, it was sent to the box. So, it's not the most invigorating shiny hunt, but it is a shiny hunt nonetheless. So it essentially turns the stream into just chatting stream, which is why I also have a ton of Poplio eggs. So that way, if we get bored, we can run around in circles at least and burn off, you know, that energy. Which I'm sorry for the delay on start of stream. I had to. We have D&D session 0 Sunday for the group that I'm putting together, and I wanted to see if I could get an extra physical copy of the Player's Handbook in English. And sadly, the store that we went to check didn't open till 2. So. Also love how she's like, ah, yes, this is exactly how this Pokemon was supposed to look like, when very much they do not. Like, they look nothing like how they're supposed to be. Like, I want to actually see them fused to their proper bodies. Because we see their proper bodies. Doo-doo. Da, 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 da. Which, if you're wondering why the game audio is so quiet, it's because I do have it finally turned down, because I went and got the stupid high-tech earbuds so I could control certain sounds in game, because the battle music was just obscenely loud. Dino. Yes, please. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Galar fossils. I'm sad that we don't have fossils in Gen 9. I find that very weird that we don't have fossils in Gen 9. I know, we have Paradox Pokemon. They're not fossils, though. You don't revive them. As far as we can tell, they're from an alternate timeline. Oh, you're back again, are you? Alright, well. Hi, get banned. Try that again. Let's see. Bird. Yes, please. I need to go in after stream, apparently, and update my banned terms for anything that involves the phrase best viewers. Because they are bad recently again. Yes, please. Bird. Dino. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, we went to go see if we could find an extra physical PHP, and we could not. 'Twas a sad day. Not necessarily a sad day. It's just a day. Ah, Bruxish, the thing of nightmares. So much nightmare fuel on that Pokemon design. Bruxus is a fish where I swear to God, Nintendo was like, hey, let's design a Pokemon while on acid. And Bruxish was the result. Like, I know I rip on Nintendo for having, like, a sentient ice cream cone or a sentient pile of trash, but Bruxus, man, They were definitely on something when that one was designed. Do 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 do. Now, if I remember correctly, Shiny Charm does not affect these guys, so it is a 1 in 4,092 odds or something like that. I can't remember if the Shiny Charm affects these or not. So this could be really short or really long, just like every other shiny hunt. But this is the nice thing, because I have so many fossils of this pairing saved up, we can do a lot more before I have to do a reset. Bird. Dino. Also, my recommendation if you are going to do this hunt is make sure autosave is turned off. Would be smart. Fossilized bird. Fossilized dino. Yes, please. Doo doo. Doo. Also, you're gonna hear me humming a lot because I'm gonna want to whistle to these songs, and I can't whistle to them into the mic. It will peak out. And we don't want to peak the mic. Doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Bump. Bird. Dino. Okay, I need it to get away from the soundtrack. There we go. It was just looping the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. I was like, oh god. Aw, little boy. Yes. So one more bird dino combo, and then we'll reset. Comes out on trial. When until the beat comes out, who's a heretic now? I gotta be careful not to sing. Alright, so first 30, nothing. So then all I have to do is go home, close the game, relaunch the game. And that way when I check the box, there won't be any ARC results in there. I'll have 34, 35 fossils each as soon as it decides to load. And in time, crawling all the way, crawling all the way. Alright, so now if I go here, we go Pokemon, boxes, nothing. So that means I should have 34 and 35 respectively. If I go to my bag and I go to treasures, yep, 34 birds, 35 dinos. Which is why I aim for 30 for the reset. That way if I miscount, we're good. I still need a lot more Drake and a lot more fish. Which is why we're starting with bird dino combo. Alright. Second verse, same as the first 30. Yes, please. Fuse them together. It comes on. Aw. The only bad part with this is that I can very easily zone out. And if I do zone out doing this and I get the shiny and I don't realize it and I just keep going and then proceed to reset, I lose the shiny. That is a possible problem because this type of shiny hunting will make my mind just wander. Rolling all the way. Alright, here we go. That's also kind of why I have like the music playing for me, is just so my brain has something else to focus on a little bit more. Alright, so this will be 33. Nope. Chained and shackled, oh, on my pebble row, it's a pity, oh. Never to return, oh, never learn, it's a pity, oh. 34. It's a pity, oh. And we will go back to Dynamax Adventures. I just wanted to take a nice break from it because I wanted to challenge myself with other methods of shiny hunting. That's the thing. Soft reset hunts, fossil hunts, egg hunts, they take time. Like, I have to sit here and breed up a bunch of eggs, I have to sit here and gather up a bunch of fossils, and then I have to sit here and do this a bunch of times. DAs, you just kind of go through the route until, you know, something pops up, basically. And DAs can also be frustrating, though, because of bots and everything else, and the lovely NPC characters. Okay, so 35 is not it. Hi, Inertia. How are you? Inertia. I've been the same skinny jeans since I was 16. Probably nothing. Inertia. Alright. 36. Nope. Do what you can. I've got plans. I guess this is just what I am. I'm an object in motion. I've lost all devotion. 2 legs are broken, but look at me dance. An object in motion. Don't ask where I'm going, 'cause where I am going is right where I am. Where I am going is right where I am. Yeah, there we go. My arc results 38. So, nope. I love how derpy the designs are for, like, I used to hate on the Galar designs for fossils so much, but after not getting like true fossils in Gen 9, I'm like, I love the derpiness of them. Which, to be fair, we'll have to get another shiny Tyrant at some point. So we might do the, it's not the Isle of Armor. It's on the other island. We'll do that one, or the Crown Tundra. Or is it? No, it is Isle of Armor. I'm crazy. Go to Isle of Armor. Bleh, and do encounters for Tyrant, since we hatched our first shiny Tyrant via eggs. It's right where I am. Especially because that's what I'm going to have to do for Crenidos and Shillian. We started that in Scarlet. Forgot which game I was playing. It's right where I am. Inertia. The sound. It's inertia. Nope. Dang. Alright, 10 more and we'll be at 50. Yes, please. Yes, ma'am. I'm not still mad. It's inertia. I am stuck in this world. Alright, 41. Nope. He's still a cold boy. I mean, he's cold no matter what, but you know. Bird. Dino. I just like the fact that we have a dinosaur head that apparently is just constantly dripping snot. Like, that's just the dino head, apparently. It's so broken, but look at me dance. Shit, I swear I'm going. Nope. Next one. Not fish. You're getting ahead of yourself. Nope. Fuck. Well, random one. I'm gonna laugh if this one was... Hi, Dracozolts. If the first Dracozolts is fucking... No, okay. Yes, please. Bird. Dino. Yes, please. Poseidon. It's fine. We have resets for a reason. Let's see. Nope. Freaking guys. So Nova last year, towards the end of the year, had this thing where she'd start attacking our curtains, like when she wanted attention or whatever. She would just slowly, like, because she knows if she just slowly hooks her claws onto it and just pulls down, it pops free of its little clip at the top. Because we have weird track things for the curtains. We didn't design it, alright? The house is like that. She started it up again. So at 3 o'clock this morning, she decided that she wanted attention, food, whatever. Probably food, knowing her. And so she starts messing with the curtain, and I just jerk awake. and we have a spray bottle near us because she hates water. So I spray her once and she runs away. I was like, okay, cool, I can go back to sleep. 20 minutes later, she does it again, and I'm like, damn it, now I'm awake. So, like, I've been low-key up since 3:30 this morning. Which, okay, not the best thing, but at the very least I was awake to go to work, which was funny enough. I almost fell asleep right before going to work, so I was technically like 4 minutes late to work, but I was the only one there, so it didn't really matter. Come here, bud. Sunrootlessness. Nope. Poor little Arctozolt, man. Dude needs a jacket. Selflessness is mercy upon us. Selflessness is mercy. Let's see. Oof, hiccups. But yeah, so I've been dealing with that. And Levy has said that as of right now, I move too much in my sleep. And so she's been passing out on Mr. Wolf. Which has been honestly kind of funny. Because then anytime I'm on the couch relaxing, she's like, no, I must cuddle with mother. I'm like, okay. It's like, whatever, cat. I don't even care anymore. Just pick which one of us you're gonna sit there and like pin to either the couch or the bed. Because like, she gets to the point where you move slightly, she'll get up, she'll wait a few seconds, and then she curls right back up on your lap and is like, no, no, no. I demand cuddles. You're not allowed to pet me, but I want to lay on you and demand cuddles. She's a brat, but she's way too cute half the time. Especially for a cat that's, God, 7 years old. Six or seven. The ripple become a tidal wave. Your command will become a monster. All right, this is 50. Nothing. All right, so 10 more, and then we got to reset. Or, you know. There we go. Yes. Arctozolt. Nope. Damn it. Ooh, Lunatone in chat. If anyone wants the crested moon. Has anyone else, like, listened to the epic musical saga? Oh, God, it's so fucking good. Because we just got the Underworld track, and it's only 3 songs, but holy fuck, you want to talk about emotional damage? Also, I don't know what's playing. I'm not curious. No, we're not doing that. Not a shiny? Sure. I heard a banjo. We'll let this play. I have no idea what this is. My YouTube music recommendations are drunk. Forever. It's fine. Keeps me entertained. Also, I went back because I wasn't paying attention. I got a shiny Wooper and I was like, yes, I finally have my first shiny Wooper of Johto. I go to put it in the box in home, only to realize I had a shiny Wooper. So that was my second shiny Wooper for Johto, which means I had shiny Quasquire. So now all I need is one more shiny Paldean Wooper, so I can go ahead and have Clodsire shiny, because I already have a shiny Paldean Wooper. Egg. So it's, if you're wondering why the Pokedex jumped up as much as it did, I found some new shinies, but on top of that, I also realized I had missed shinies in the count. So it is now actually accurate. We're still not quite to halfway. If I remember correctly, we are, what is it? I think I'm 47.9% or 48.9% complete. So we're pretty close to the halfway point. I need to do the actual math because I'm either at the halfway point or just below the halfway point, because the thing I'm using for tracking is counting like the Gigantamax shinies and some of the alternate forms, not the gender alternate forms, but some of the other alternate forms. And obviously the mythicals and legendaries that are shiny locked that we have no way of legitimately getting. So I need to figure out a way of discounting those so I have a more accurate number of completion. All right, so this is 56. Nope, no luck. Yes, please. Nope. Ah, damn it. Bird. And sadly, I can't use the turbo for this because I can't just mash A. I have to sit here and actually pick Dino every single time. All right, it's 57. You've received Arctozolts. Tis not a shiny one. All right, 3 more. And then we'll have to do a reset. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. Doo-doo. All right, so this will be 57 for the check. I don't know what the song is, but it's a freaking slaps. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. 59. Survey says. Come on. Not a shiny. All right, 1 more, and then we reset. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. All right, number 60. We're not doing too bad for like speed of checks, which is really nice actually. So while this is tedious, it is relatively quick. All right, so another 30 down, no shiny. So close the game. Relaunch the game. Skip the song. Ooh, okay, I haven't listened to this Lindsey Sterling song in a while, so I get to vibe with a violinist. All right, so as it reloads, we love warmth. I'm going home. All right. Hi, Marvel. Bird. Dino. And we start batch number 3. Hope your day is going well. Nope. That was just a feeling. I love that her shoes don't match either. Like, she committed to this whole bit. $62. Nope. Burb. Dino. Down. Nope, that was 63. Biggest thing, I gotta remember to hit my button. Because Wolf's already proven she can't count. 64. Doo-doo. You need to be like... Nope. Me poor little dude. Burb. Dino. Yes. Revive and fuse them together. as they scream about their existence of pain. You've received ARC results. Sadly, he did not sparkle. He's not monochrome. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. And this one's number 66. Yep. Yes, please. Burb. Dino. Yes. 67. See? Already trying to zone out. Already forgetting to hit the button. Every single time. Bum, 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 bum. Dino. Yes. Just a feeling. There we go. I'm tired. Just finished doing VR exercise. I'm super glad we live in a day where it's age where it's possible to have a home gym without needing a home gym, especially if you're self-conscious and don't have to deal with setting all that stuff up. Completely valid. The console fold. There we go. 68 was not the lucky one. Names all fell in the ones we have. Alright. Which I need to layer that over that so I can actually read that. Hi, Power. How are you today? My beast inside. Where we can hide. Let's see. Nope. The nice number is not the nice number. Doing good. I'm glad to hear it. Burb. Dino. I keep forgetting that this gen had fossil Pokemon. Yes. Gen 9's the first generation that didn't have fossil Pokemon. I don't care what you say about paradoxes. Those are alternate reality Pokemon for me. How are you? Doing all right. Work wasn't awful today. And then I had to run an errand to go see if I could find an English copy of Dungeons & Dragons Player Handbook. I have one, but I was trying to find another one. Because we're supposed to have Session 0 Sunday. Sadly, didn't have one, but I do have access to 2 via computer. Ooh, Sunshine Cheerum. Alright, so this will be 71. I will admit, the checks are going a lot faster than I anticipated, which makes this honestly not that bad. I definitely need to dig up more of the other fossils, though, so we can do the other checks in this game. Yes, please. Burb. Dino. Also, sorry about missing Paleopines yesterday. It got chaotic. I was like, I'll push it back a couple hours because chaos was happening, and then the chaos didn't stop, and well, yeah. I passed out. Alright, so this will be 72. Nada. Schwagamish. Yes.
Skill issue.
Skill issue? Listen. Chaos was chaos. There was muddy clay everywhere, and it was a process, alright? There was no rushing the process either. Let's just say there was lots of tub soup happening. Ooh, mountain horse. Understandable not to see Paradox Mons as fossil mons considering they were brought in with time travel, not restoration. Well, and that's the thing, because to me, I don't even know if they're considered a time travel thing or if it's an alternate reality thing for me, in all reality. Because, like, you can make the time travel argument, I think, with Sada's, with the past Paradox Pokemon, but the future one with them all being Chrome and everything, it doesn't feel like a paradox per se. It feels more like an alternate timeline. Why are we sheep screaming, Archer? I will double check my number because I don't trust my number. Okay, so. Because this is probably faster. Why? Why? Okay, so we had 34 We've used 14. Yes, my number's correct. Fine, I won't sheep scream if you're gonna whine. I was just asking why you were sheep screaming. The sound alerts exist for you guys to annoy me with them. Like, why do you think majority of them are free? Few of them are channel points, but most of them in the actual, like, sound alerts thing down below if you're not on mobile are free. Alright, so this will be 75. Nope. Yes, please. Which, like I said, we also have a ton of Poplio eggs, so if we get tired of this, we can go ahead and do Poplio eggs. Funny enough you asked that, Archer. I'd have to look and see what chapter we finished on. Give me a second. Where is suffering? There's suffering. Yes, I literally have this thing tagged as suffering. Let's see, we were on chapter 13. Or no, we were on chapter 7, which was chapters 13 to 15. We were halfway through that thing. I want to point that out. Egg. You got me to suffer through half of that already, Archer. And every time I read more of it, it's just a stroke.
Pikachu?
Ow. I say both of what you said, Wolf, both past and future as well as alternate dimensions. I mean, valid. Let's burn full speed ahead. Oh god. Oh god. Archer, why? There's so many primogems stuck on my head. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. Also, Archer, I refuse to get in the ball. It doesn't matter what you do to me. I refuse to get in the ball. Damn it. 78 was not the one. Yes, please. Burb. The only bad thing is if I'm doing a longer run of these... Oh god. The Dedute scares me. What did you do? Someone has done something in a group chat. Oh god. Why are you sharing more Eldrazi's? Stop it. They're terrifying enough. Like, yes, I know you're excited for Modern Horizons 3, but... Stop it with the Eldrazi's, you.
I found it.
I know you found it.
It's a blue 3 cost.
I know it is. Alright. Nope. Like, you're way too excited for Modern Horizons 3, babe, because of all the damn Eldrazi. Archer says, did you see the new... Yeah, this is what he's doing, Archer, is we have a group Discord chat with Casual's wife, Mr. Wolf, and myself. And all he's been doing is just slowly posting every single Eldrazi that's coming in Modern Horizons 3. And Casual's just slowly starting to foam at the mouth. Because Casual hates dealing with Eldrazi, even though he also has an Eldrazi deck. Because if I remember correctly, I remember Rosewater saying that Eldrazi's were never going to have Annihilator again. I don't know about you, but there's so many with Annihilator. Why is full worker not turned on while the other ones are? Because I put away 6,000 pounds of freight this morning, Power. Y'all can torture me a little bit, not a lot. I had to refill a cooler this morning. That was my work shift. But full workout. I know, but full workout. Full workout doesn't have the same cooldown torture prevention that the other ones do. Speaking of... 15 pounds, okay. Yes, I've hit the button for this. We will shiny check, and then I will do the bigger arms. That is not the one that we seek. I need the 15s. Alright. And 10 squats. Can I just do the two of them together? Can I squat and curl at the same time? And side to side. God damn it. Archer's that with or without the medicine ball? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Marvel. With, of course. Okay. 1 sec, I gotta take the headset off now. And then I have to turn it down so you guys can't accidentally hear the music through the headset. Sit-ups and bigger arms, 10 pounds. Power, with or without the medicine ball. With, of course. Roger that. Alright, so it's squats, then side to sides, then sit-ups, and then bigger arms, 10 pounds. Y'all really said you were suffering today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh. There we go. So my model tries to sit on a chair that isn't there. What's next? Side to sides. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sit-ups, bigger arms, 10. Alright, so we're done with Marvel, we're done with Archer, on to Power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quick stretch. And then, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with one arm. I gotta do 10 with the left. I can't do them together, otherwise I'll hit the freaking button that kills my internet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Anything else, my gremlins? Also, give me your glasses. Damn it, alright. 5 minutes without the glasses. And a southern time. Is this because I called y'all gremlins? Because you're still gremlins. I don't care. Alright, let me get my sound back. What's the other thing? Fuck. Talk like a yokel. Okay. Well, yeah, I can do that. Yes. Bird. Luckily, we've already done this enough times. I know where they are without being able to read. I ain't need no reading. There we go. What is this? 83? Yeah, 83. Nope, ain't no 83. 84 maybe? Burby? Dino? Police? Different song? That works. Button. Without launching my glasses to the floor, please and thank you. Haven't broke them yet. Oh god, now what's been redeemed? I see it, but I can't read it. Hydrate. Thank you, Marvel. Full of stars. Was not 84. Burb. Dino. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I must ride up the north. Oh god, now what? A stretch? I can stretch. Oh, big stretch. Apart. Nope. Alright, I still got like 3 more minutes without the glasses. Yokels ended though. Ooh, cause in the sky full of stars, like I saw you. You're gonna get randomly singing Wolf. Fair warning. 'Tis not the right one. Moving on. 4 more until we have to reset. Dino. Please. I really need to make a channel point redeem for making me switch what hunting method I'm doing. Go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Not that one. Oh god. Oh god, what the hell? I look over and there's so many more. Squat side to side, dip your arms. God damn it. Why? Why would you do this to me, Archer? I'm assuming with the medicine ball. Let me finish this set and then we'll go ahead and reset. I messed that up. Burb. Dino. And there's another bigger arms. I'm just gonna let you get them all in. This is 88. Let me get 2 more checks in, and then I'll do all your exercises there, Archer. That's it. I'm point broke now. Good. Good. Alright, so this will be 89. Go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Whoa. Sky is in the sky. I just realized this is the sing to version of the song. I should have recognized by the extra drums. Alright, this is 90. If this one isn't it, I have to reset, and then I'll do all of Archer's exercises. Not it. Alright. So go ahead and close. And then we'll relaunch it. And while it's thinking, I will do... What all do I owe you? Squats, side to sides, bigger arms, times 2, 115, 110. Alright, let me take that headset back off. I have to remember to hook it onto the side hook because I can't use the actual chair because I gotta move the chair. Alright. Button. Squats. Squats from side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll do side to sides. Whee, back to the floor. mean, you guys are definitely working out the kinks to my back, that's for certain. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bigger arms, 15. And then bigger arms, 10. Actually, you know what? We'll do curls. We haven't done curls in a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's the 15s. Yeah. Now I need the 10s. Give me a sec, Marvel. I can see that there's a message I still don't have my glasses on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Glasses can go back on. A hydrate, a stretch. Thank you. And first a post-workout sip. Valid. All right, there's a stretch, a sip. Water bottle's mostly empty now. See, while we may abuse it in healthy ways, true that. That's a Florence and the Machine song. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna restart this burb while I fight with my random suggested music. 91. That'll work. I won't sing to this one, but it's still a good song. Number 91 is Izzy. Why not? Because I don't know the song well enough to sing to it. It's a slow ballad that I've only heard a few times, but it's still really good. Also, 91 was not the number. Hello, Togepi. What are you doing in my chat? There we go. Bloodchild is sitting pouting at me. He made a mess, got scolded for it, and now how somehow my fault. Sounds about right. Understandable if you're not too familiar with it. Yeah. I know some of the songs from the soundtrack this is off of, just not all of them. Burb. Dino. There we go. 93. 'Tis not the boy. Moving on. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. Eggy. I still find it funny that you guys, like, we can't just get one and then breed, so this is the only way to shiny hunt these guys. But yeah, if I keep multiple different methods of shiny hunting available and like ready to go, I might make a channel point for it for you guys. Where if you're like, hey, I'm tired of fossil revives, let's hatch some eggs, or let's go do some DAs or something like that. That may be a channel point redeem I make for you guys. Eggies. Bump. I think it's still really funny to me that I have like the game audio in the background still. Yes. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. Eggy. The reason I keep saying Eggy is because that's what the button for this thing currently says, because it was my egg counter. And now it's my, how many times have I revived a fossil encounter? There we go. Burp. Burp. Yes. Archer, if you're still in chat, since you have experience with dairy farms, I have questions for you, sir. Out of sheer curiosity, because of other stuff that I have learned recently. Shoot. Okay. So, question, because you guys are like central north, right? Like Wisconsin-ish area, Michigan area, right? So dairy farms. Is there any like grasses that your states have to protect because cattle eat them because it's like a candy to a cow? Like they really like it, but no, dead center Wisconsin. Okay. So dairy land. Got it. Yeah. Is there any like grasses or plants you have to be aware of that the cows love to eat them, but there's no real nutritional value for it? So it's like a candy, but because cows will overgraze it, they then have to be protected by the state. Do you guys know of anything like that in y'all state? Because I know Oklahoma has several like that. Nope. Yes. Burb. Denio. Because, like, Oklahoma, they have starlight or starshoot aster is what they're called. And it's a flower normally, like it flowers. And when it's flowering, cows love it. Like the Angus beef cattle love the crap out of it. They will ignore perfectly good alfalfa, hay, whatever, to eat this aster, but it provides no nutritional value from them. But because they've been allowed to overgraze it for so long, and it's a native plant to Oklahoma, there's now tracts of land that cattle aren't allowed to graze on because it's protected land to preserve the aster. Not that I've ever heard of wildflower thickets aside, obviously. Okay. I was just curious because I know out west in California with the cattle and stuff, which I know that's more beef cattle, but they introduced for the cattle to graze on those very thick grasses that if they grow up and the cattle doesn't graze on it, it just falls over and creates that big thatch layer, which is what contributes to California's dry fires. So now letting cattle graze on that land, on the BLM land, is a control method because it keeps the thatch grasses layer from building up when the grass dies. So I was wondering if Wisconsin or whatever had other implications like that. Because one of the agricultural industry's arguments right now is, oh, well, the cattle now help manage a problem that they've essentially created. 101. But I know that's not the case everywhere. Because while we have unnative grasses in Oklahoma because of cattle, we can't just let the cattle graze because they will destroy very delicate ecosystems that we've fought to preserve within Oklahoma. So I was just curious. So, again, just something I was kind of like learning about a month ago. I was like, well, that doesn't necessarily work in Oklahoma, but I wonder if it works outside of California in general. So I was curious. Because I know that's like the biggest problem with cattle is overgrazing issues. I need to adjust that number again. Which means I gotta drag it back out of the folder so I can shift it over. There we go. Back into the folder it goes. There we go. Crap. I don't know if I counted that one or not. It was not the one we needed. This is the only bad part. 22, 23. Most of Wisconsin started as logging, so most of it now grazing land went directly from woodlands to grazing, so the environment itself has adjusted over time. Oh, okay. See, I wasn't entirely sure because Oklahoma started as a plains, and I know California had forests, but then was also more basin-like because California's weird-ass geography. We started with 34 birds, so we've done 12. Yes, we're on the right number. Boop, boop. So, like I said, I was just curious because I know like a lot of the California / West Coast ranchers are being more environmentally conscious now, which is honestly interesting for me to see because for the longest time it's always been, you know, agriculture versus nature per se. So finding out that a lot of the cattle ranches are slowly adjusting to being more environmentally aware is honestly interesting to me. We're also super wet. Minnesota may be the land of 10,000 lakes, but we have no, more than they have, and not including the rivers and the coast of the 2 Great Lakes. Okay. See, that's the thing. I've never been past, Nebraska's as far north as I've gone. For, like, plains territory, per se. I've never been in Minnesota, Wisconsin. I think I've been to Ohio once, and that was to pick up a motorcycle with my dad. Like, we literally drove, picked it up, turned around. And then I've been to Illinois a couple times. Several times. I think the furthest north? That one wasn't it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Idaho was pretty north, but maybe we were southern Idaho. Well, no, we went into Montana because of Yellowstone.
Oh, that's... Yeah, because we went to West Yellowstone. We went further because we went into the mountains of Idaho.
Yeah.
Sawtooth National Forest.
Right, we went through Sawtooth. Again, we've been a lot of places.
You go through half the Rockies.
I know. I have no idea what song this is. Hang on. Oh, okay. This is from the live action One Piece. That's why I was like, why does this sound both familiar and weird? That would be why. Okay, so bird. Dino. Yeah, as far like I said, I was just more kind of curious to see how things had been changing because, again, it seems like some ranching operations are becoming more environmentally aware. Because, like, one of the examples is I know out in, like, Washington, California and stuff, they went ahead and some ranchers are now actually sitting with their cattle during the free grazing season as a deterrent for wolves instead of shooting down a wolf. We have an average of 30 inches of rain a year, which doesn't sound like much until you add in the snowfall as well. Yeah, I was gonna say that can get a lot very quickly though. That is not what I thought it was. That is not what I thought it was. All right, this has gone weird. All right, we're gonna pull up a different one, please. I am confusion and lost. Arc results. All right. Like I said, it's just like a lot of little things within the industry that's slowly changing, which is interesting because for me growing up in Oklahoma, it was all very much like the ranchers versus nature, essentially, was kind of like the idea of it. They didn't like the deer because the deer would come on and eat down the grass. And let's be real, they wanted to eat the deer, which deer jerky's amazing. Nothing against that. I understand harvesting an animal so you can survive off of said animal. But then at the same time, they hated the coyotes and they hated the hogs. I don't blame them for hating the hogs because holy crap, no! OBS, why? OBS, why you do this? OBS. Have you actually connected though? Have you? Has it connected? Yes. Ah, damn it. Did a dummy. Damn it. As I was saying, before OBS did a dumb, Which I want to point out, OBS didn't my internet didn't shit itself. OBS just straight said no and disconnected for a solid minute there. Yes, get your free plushies while you can. Yep, free plushie. Okay, that was your end. Wasn't sure, even sure we have a storm blowing in. Nope, that was OBS just straight deciding it didn't want to play anymore. It wasn't even my internet hiccuping. It was just OBS saying, nah, dog, F you. I went from perfect connection to no connection, and I went, what do you mean? But anywho, before I was interrupted. What is this? Oh, I know, I got it fixed.
Oh, okay.
OBS decided that it didn't want to play for like a solid 2 minutes there. The internet was fine. OBS just decided to shit itself.
Then fix it.
I have fixed it.
Fix it.
I fixed it until OBS decides to strike again because OBS.
Then don't use OBS.
Bitch, there's no alternative to OBS besides the actual Twitch manager, and that's even worse. I will continue to use OBS. But yeah, no, it's interesting to see farmers being more environmentally conscious, but at the same time, growing up in Oklahoma, it was always, you know, farmers versus nature, essentially. They hated the coyotes coming on their property. They hated deer coming on their property because the deer would graze it down. Let's be real, though. They just wanted to harvest those deer, which, again, I completely understand sustenance living. Deer jerky be good jerky. And then Oklahoma, much like Texas and lots of other southern states, have issues with wild boar. The problem is we don't have any predators really left that can keep up with wild boar population numbers because they have so many freaking piglets in such a short period of time. And so wild boar are a problem. They tear up the yard, they tear through fencing, like they destroy everything because there's so many of them. And they don't have a predator besides humans, essentially, at least in Oklahoma, Texas, and all that stuff. Because, gee, we've hunted down the rest of their natural predators. So they've flourished. Nope. So the problem has then become, Dino. Come on, Brain. They're a destructive force of nature. But like I said, growing up, it was very much, you know, farmers versus nature. So it's interesting to me to see some farmers, some ranchers shift their... Little bunny in chat. Ideas more towards coexistence versus antagonistic ideology. So it got me curious. I was wondering if it was like sectioned effects or if it was like a worldwide effect thing. Okay, so we've done 24? 24. So I'm off by 1. So we have 6 more, and then we will go ahead and do a reset. I know you guys are like, but we just saw 10 and 11. The 6 is a buffer, and that way I'm doing it in increments of 30, because it's easier for my brain to know when I need to reset, versus 34. Complete honesty, those ranchers and farmers switching to nature friendly is because the government kicks back to do so. Oh, I know. But I'm glad to see it. It's sad that... Ranchers and farmers are lucky. A good year for a rancher or a farmer is a year that they break even on their business practice. 90% of the time they're operating at a loss. So I'm all for incentivizing them to do better with actual success per se. Because the issue is that we have lots of companies that have decided to squeeze the farmer or rancher for everything that they're worth. Believe me, I know I do all the paperwork for our farm. Exactly. I grew up on a horse ranch, all right? Like, we didn't get any of the government kickbacks because we didn't raise livestock. We raised the things necessary to help manage livestock, which gives you nothing in return. It's a pain in the ass. So like I said, I'm all for the government doing the incentivizing for them to be more nature friendly and stuff. It's necessary, it's needed, because eventually it becomes a mindset. That's the idea behind it, at least. But as long as you have corporations like Monsanto and Tyson squeezing every dime and nickel out of the farmer that they can, there's not much else that we can do about it. Because the companies themselves don't give a shit about the environment, and any fines they have for violating environmental codes, that's just the cost of doing business to them, quite literally. They don't give a shit. Because that's the issue. You can make the ranchers and farmers environmentally conscious. Feedlots are not going to be environmentally conscious. They are antagonistic to the environment because of how they're set up. Could they be done better? Yes. Do we have the methods for instigating that within the next 5 to 10 years? Not really. Those two pussycats, relatively speaking, compared to John Deere. John Deere is its own fucking problem, all right? John Deere is what bankrupts every rancher and or farmer that I know.
That's why you don't use John Deere.
Some places John Deere has a monopoly, babe.
We use Massey Ferguson or Case.
All right.
Owen.
Some places John Deere is the only thing that can produce a big enough machine for what you need. That's the problem.
No, there's others.
There's others, but they may not be regionally available, or it may just be more expensive cost up front. All right, so this should be 120 here. So we'll do a reset. Here's this massively overpriced tractor. Now use only our parts, so now you have to use our call service techs or the computer will brick your nice new tractor. Yeah, see, that shit pisses me off. When it comes to John Deere and Apple, this is the whole reason why we have legal fights for right to repair. You can't replace the oil on this $200,000 tractor that should technically cost half as much, if that. Because if you don't have a tech that we pay $200 an hour, or you're paying $200 an hour for, to do the oil change, that should take 30 minutes, but somehow takes 3 hours. Like, I completely understand, Archer. It's so insane to me. And it's infuriating, too. Like, we grew up my family grew up struggling financially, completely understandable. We raised horses. Put in perspective for you. You want to know what our tractor was? Like, my parents still have this tractor. It still runs to this day. What is it? Is it 64?
The Ford?
Yeah. Well, remember, it's not a Ford. It's a Ferguson, because it's before Ford bought Ferguson.
That was a Ford.
No, the blue tractor's a Ferguson.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I don't remember exactly.
Because the 86 was the, Macy Ferguson. 86 was the four-wheeler.
Yeah.
I want to say it was a 64. It still runs today. It is this little blue dinky tractor, and you can put a box plate on the back or a brush hog on the back. It has no front-end loading capacity. Recently, my parents did get one with a front-end loading capacity, and it's a little tiny Kubota. But that 64 is what I learned to drive on. We've rebuilt that engine twice. We've rebuilt the drivetrain, I should say, once. The thing still runs. But yeah, no. On the whole, we won't buy anything post 2008. My parents won't buy a truck. Like, they like their Dodge. And they won't buy anything post 2003. We have 2 old Macy's, one of which was the first tractor our farm ever bought when Grandpa Dutch bought it new. Yeah. This one was bought second, third. I don't know how many owners that thing had before we bought it. But we picked it up for, I think, $2,000 at the time. And it ran technically, but it didn't run well. Which led us to rebuilding the engine the first time. But yeah, no, we still have that tractor. It still runs. It's a bit finicky. If it's cold out, it's not gonna start. Which can be a problem. Oh god, I remember Dad building like this makeshift lean-to tent to like trap heat into that thing with a heater so we could get it to start one day. Because Oklahoma, we didn't get a lot of snow, but you get a lot of ice. And you get a lot of cold ass weather. So like I said, it's insane to me on how much corporate greed there is. Because here's a fun fact for you guys. Prime example, Monsanto, which I know Archer you said is massively small pairs compared to John Deere. John Deere is its own evil entity. Because farmers and ranchers are not squeezed from one direction. They're squeezed from every direction. John Deere squeezes the crap out of you for the equipment. It's massively overpriced. You can't work it on yourself, really. It's expensive for the parts because there's no after factory parts that are allowed. It has to be John Deere standard. It has to have a John Deere tech touch it, otherwise they can brick your fucking tractor. Like, oh, you got a $200,000 loan for this combine. Because you did the oil change yourself, we're going to remotely brick it so you can't do a damn thing with it. And it's perfectly legal, quote unquote. It's not technically, but it is. Because we don't have anything explicitly stating that's not. So you haven't been squeezed on that front for their equipment. If you grow crops... Shit, was that... Did I count that one or not? If you grow crops, though, you have a company called Monsanto who you buy your seeds from. Yeah, we did. Because that... The issue with Monsanto seeds is it's not you buy seeds from them once and then you just harvest seeds from your first crop, put them back and grow the next year. These seeds are genetically designed that you buy from Monsanto to not grow a second crop. The second generation is sterile. You get one crop out of them and that's it. Just one. So you have to buy seeds every single year. Something for, what was it? I think last year it was for to plant 20,000 acres of corn was something like $32,000 for just the seeds. Was it 20,000 or was it 10? It was 10,000. It was 10,000 acres of corn was $32,000 worth of seeds. It's also illegal to replant them. Yes, it is because of how Monsanto is. It's so dumb. If you have like some nature homegrown ones that you've had in your family for generations on your property and it crossbreeds with Monsanto, Monsanto has the rights to seize that crossbred. One, because of their proprietary patented bullshit on the genetics of those plants. You can't crossbreed them either. That's how Monsanto seized a bunch of farmland in India, because they purposely would go and sell to every other farmer and knowing that those plants would more than likely be cross-pollinated because of the pollinators in the area, and that the farmers couldn't control it. It's a real thing. You can look it up. They also made them Roundup resistant, so you have to use their Roundup or they will die to different weed controls. Exactly. This is, again, Monsanto is evil. Like, everyone jokes, if SpongeBob meme, every villain is lemons. And then there's actual evil. John Deere, Monsanto, Tyson, they're all just straight evil. It is straight corporate greed. People have to have food to live. Let's squeeze every cent out of it that we can. Like, the more you know, the more it makes you want to drink, because it's just that depressing. So you have Monsanto squeezing from every angle that they possibly can. On top of that, all right, I don't want to grow crops, because if I get here's the thing. You've already sold the crops you're growing. You've essentially leased those seeds in the grand scheme of things. There's a certain rate that Monsanto will buy your crops back at. What happened? Lots of things. The internet died. I'm ranting about Monsanto and farming agriculture, which there's some internet hiccup happening a little bit, not much. But the bigger issue is that a lot of your corn, we sell 2 to 3 years ahead to lock in good prices. Yeah, exactly. You're already having to sell. So then if you have a bad year where you don't deliver on your quota, you're now in the hole for that too. At least you are when it comes to like chickens and stuff. I don't know if on plants. I assume it would be the same. Because if they can get away with it on chickens, they can get away with it in plants. So it's insane, right? Like, you guys don't really get to participate in the market as you should. You're boxed into a corner on that one. Because if you don't lock in at a good price, then you're just really... Why am I being attacked? Depends on which grain elevator you sell to. Okay, fair enough. Like I said, I wasn't entirely sure. I know with, like, the Tyson chickens... So, like, I keep mentioning Tyson, and I know I haven't really kind of exposed Tyson. Tyson's whole thing is that they lease you the chicks, and you have to buy the feed yourself, raise them up, and you have to fatten them up and everything. And Tyson's going to buy them back from you. Buy being a loose relative term here. More like Tyson's going to go ahead and be like, hey, buddy, about that, we're going to buy them at this guaranteed rate, per se. But if you don't deliver what you're supposed to in chickens, in terms of meat weight, you owe Tyson the difference. So you have to buy the chick, or you have to lease the chicks from them because you don't actually own them. You have to feed them the special feed that Tyson wants you to feed them so they grow faster. I need to hit a button. And then Tyson specifically is going to buy them back from you at a specific weight rate. And if you don't meet your weight quota for chicken meat, you then have to pay the difference. And you can't sell it to another meat packing plant or anything like that, or another harvester, because of the fact that there's not that many to choose from. It's Tyson and one other, and they're owned by each other 50-50, at least in the Indiana territory. And because the Tyson owns those chickens, or the chicks that you bought, leased, whatever you want to call it, it becomes this thing where you can't even go to like a local, if you have a local processing area that you could directly go to, you can't even go to them either for a fairer price. Our system is designed so these big corporations keep all the money at the top, and the farmer is squeezed every year for more and more cents. For crops, is a bit different. You can sell X amount of corn to an elevator ahead of time. If you have X plus Y after you sold X, you can negotiate the current market rates. See, that's good. If you produce extra meat for Tyson, you know what they do? You get a credit towards your next batch of chicks. That's what you get. You don't get no negotiation or anything like that. The price is set at whatever Tyson said the price was set at. Which is really funny because Tyson has pissed off a lot of farmers and ranchers this way, obviously. So a lot of them have gotten together and they're forming a co-op. And the co-op has already been formed. They've been in progress, I think, for 4 years now. And within the next 2 years, they're supposed to open their first meat processing plant of 6 in Texas. And their idea is to slowly spread out across the nation with meat processing plants that are that are part of this co-op. It's all owned by the ranchers and farmers to cut out that big corporation. So that way you actually have a fair competitive entrance into the market again. And something like within the next 10 years, they plan on having 18 or 20 meat processing plants open nationwide in the US. I made a Drac results on accident. Whoops. It works for crops because generally speaking, Monsanto doesn't deal in buying seed corn or soybeans. So the elevators deal direct with whoever does need to feed seed. Ah, okay, I understand this now. Like I said, I know Tyson has like a huge grip on it. I know Monsanto has a huge grip on agriculture in India because of the shady business practices that they've employed to try to seize as many farms as they can over there. Because they're not as protected. Okay, theoretically. Normally we have 35 of those, so I need 1 on that. Because I messed up, so now I gotta pay attention to Dino. So we're halfway to our next reset. Because that makes 15. All your Monsanto planting seed comes from specialized fields that are protected as possible from crossbreeding. Oh yeah. In the US, they have to be. Because that's the thing. What they did in India, and I learned about this in bioethics class. This was a study that we had to do over it. I've never seen a professor get so mad about this shit, by the way. Like, this woman was ranting, and I don't blame her. And she's just a freaking geneticist. That's all she is. She deals with genetics. But what Monsanto was doing in India was they would sell their seeds to every other farmer. So if you had 4 plots in a row, and each plot's owned by a different farmer, the first farmer would get seeds from Monsanto, and the third seed would be offered seeds from Monsanto at stupid cheap pricing. And that's the thing. That was the key thing. Stupid cheap pricing. Very, very cheap. India didn't have protection from cross-pollination, crossbreeding of the plants. They didn't know about it. Like, they knew about it, but they didn't know that they had to prevent it, because they couldn't really read the contracts, per se. They were being taken advantage of. So there was this fine print that said, hey, if it crossbreeds with anything, we have the right to that plot of land, those crops. So what they were doing was they would allow it to crossbreed via pollinators. And then Monsanto would come in and say, hey, You illegally crossbreeded with our protected, patented genetics out of our plant. We're seizing it from you. And so that's what they would do. They would seize, basically, instead of the 2 plots that they were owed, it now became the 4 plots. And they only had to pay for 2 of them, essentially. Pay. Air quotations, pay. And the issue was they were then charging the farmer who didn't pay for the Monsanto seeds. They were charging them the full price and putting that farmer in debt. One of the biggest faults in India's situation is the caste system. Best lawyers who could have saved the farmland wouldn't work down with the lower class. Oh yeah, no, and that's the whole problem. It was people being taken advantage of with zero protection. Like, they just had nothing to protect them in that case. And they were getting boned on it. But that's the thing. That is a standard Monsanto practice. If they can get away with seizing assets, they will. 110%. Which is why Monsanto could walk in and steal all the land. Yep, exactly. It's irritating to hear. Because all these people want to do, like, as much as we're like, oh, first responders protect us and everything, the human race is nothing without a farmer. Human race without farmers, without ranchers, especially in today's society, is nothing. There are so many people who have such a disconnect and don't understand where their food comes from. They're just, we go to a grocery store and there's food there. Like, that is their mindset. They can't fathom that somebody had to take the initiative to put a seed in the ground, water, nurture that seed with the proper pH balance, the proper nutrients in the soil, and make sure it grew properly. Planted at the right time of year, harvested it at the right time, and everything else. There are some people who just have that. Magic replenishing food. Marvel, I'm not kidding. Some people have that mindset. They have not a clue in the world. Look at how many of your generation honestly thinks brown cows make chocolate milk. Hey, fun fact about brown cows and chocolate milk. That lasted 2 weeks at my school before the teachers freaking lost it. And we went out to a dairy farm because we had 2 dairy farms in the area. And they're like, look, it doesn't matter what color the cow is. You get white milk. I was like 1st or 2nd grade when that happened. It was so funny to me because I knew better. I just went along with it because you could see their eye twitch every time. Like, I know that's not, like, some people truly believe it, but still, it's just, that was just kind of funny to me. I've seen adults my age argue that we don't need farmers because people can just go to the store for their food. Yeah, again, the disconnect is real and it's scary.
That's one thing never taught at school. It's funny because American schools, when we have these breaks, it's the break of harvest.
Yeah, harvesting
the fields
and planting.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That is why, literally, agriculture is defined so much in the U.S. American system. As Mr. Wolf pointed out, I don't know if you guys could hear him or not, our school year revolves around when our harvests are and when we normally plant. We start school in the fall because usually that's right after the harvest. We have spring break and everything because that's usually the main planting season. And most kids had to help on the farm because they needed extra hands to get the work done quickly and efficiently. Alright, I've stated many times before. Grew up on a horse ranch. We had 10 acres of land. That's not enough to grow hay for a bunch of horses. So we had to go out and buy hay from local farmers. Fun fact, 9 times out of 10, if you tell that farmer, we will go load it up from your field ourselves, you get a discount. You get like $2 or $3 off a bale. So you know what we did in the middle of summer, as hot as possible that time of year? We went out into the fields and we loaded up hay bales, small squares, round bales, whatever. You'd start at like 5 a.m. and you'd go until about noon when it got so hot, you really had to just be in the shade. You needed AC, you needed to cool off. At one point, we were taking care of 120 horses between 2 different properties because of clients my mother had, because she was a trainer. Do you understand how much hay 120 horses go through? Not anymore, you don't. Hay's a fucking premium product anymore. Well, yeah, that's because we keep having failed crops. Between what we're using in hay and wildfires, as well as what's like floods and everything else, hay is so hard to come by. Because fun fact, if you're out on the West Coast, Idaho, California, Arizona, a desert state, grows so much goddamn alfalfa. Alfalfa is a premium hay that requires a shit ton of water to grow. Oh yeah, Idaho had a shit ton too. And the reason it grows in these states, like they grow it in those states, is because it's either so hot or so cold between Arizona and Idaho that you don't have this lovely thing called a blister beetle. We grow alfalfa out in Oklahoma too. The issue is out in Oklahoma, we have this lovely bug called a blister beetle. Yeah. Cattle do not care about blister beetles. They are not affected by them. Horses, however, a blister beetle, even dead, the blood of the blister beetle in the corpse is toxic to a horse. I mean, toxic enough that if you don't catch it within the first 6 hours of them ingesting it, the horse is more than likely not going to survive. It's brutal because it shuts down their nervous system. Did she just spit up cardboard that she was chewing on?
Yes.
Why? Why are you like this, cat?
I mean, we caught one horse.
Yeah, we did catch one horse, but that was because we were at a show. So prime example, my mom came from Arizona to Oklahoma. She had never dealt with blister beetles before. Didn't even know they were a thing. And God, when was the first time we encountered blister beetles? I know it was at the property they're at now, and it was that gray mare that we had bought. I want to say I was about 10 or so, because I was young but not super young. So yeah, around 10. I was around 10 years old. And my mom, literally not a week prior, had bought this beautiful gray mare. She started off as a roan, like most quarter horses do. And they get gray over time. We call it graying out. This mare was all of 7 years old. So she had just got done in the show ring where she's like, all right, I want her to be a breeding mare. That one is not. Let me double check my numbers real quick. I know it's reset time, but I need to see if I need to add a +1 or not. I'm off by 1. Good luck. Well, thank you, RJ. Also, how you doing today? But I hadn't had the mare. We're gonna do one more because apparently my number's +1 than it should be. Oh, right, because of the mess up earlier. Not too bad. Just ranting about agriculture in general. But yeah. So my mom had bought this mare. She's 7 years old, had just retired out of the show ring, was going to use her as part of a breeding prospect. Not even a week later, we got told, hey, she's allergic to Bermuda. She can't have Bermuda. Okay, fine, that happens. All right, so nothing there. We'll go ahead and reset. It happens. Some horses can't have Bermuda, so you do like small bits of alfalfa so they don't put on too much weight or have too much energy type of thing, because some horses get really high strung on alfalfa because it is a dense energy food. We didn't know anything about it. It had been a really dry year, and so our normal hay guy didn't have enough hay. So we went to a different hay guy because we needed more hay than what we could get from our normal guy. So we found someone else to be the backup hay guy, basically. And fun thing about alfalfa for horses and cattle, if you want alfalfa to feed to cattle, it's only cut once. So they let it grow, they cut it, they let it dry a little bit, and they bale it up, and cow can have it. Horses need it at least cut twice. So what you do with that alfalfa, you let it grow, you cut it, you then rake it, so you flip it over basically with this big rake, and you let it dry out some more. And then you cut it again after it's already laying on the ground cut. You chop it up finer, basically. And then you let it dry from that point. That's second cut alfalfa. That's what we call it. Or twice cut. Reason is, it's easier for the horse to digest. It doesn't upset their stomachs as much, because horses can't throw up. If they get an upset tummy, they do a thing called a colic. They can die from it. This mare did not colic. We didn't know, but that farmer that we got the hay from didn't spray or treat for blister beetle. We didn't know about blister beetles. So while he cut the hay twice, it had these bugs in it. And the bug is toxic to horses. We literally fed her, went to dinner with my dad. Like he was at work. We caught up with him 15 minutes away, had dinner, came home. Hour. We were gone an hour. We came back. That mare was unconscious, not breathing in the pasture. She was gone. That's how fast that shit acts. She had no signs, no symptoms that we knew of. We just found her in the pasture, no more. Come to find out, there was a ton of blister beetles in that hay. Not just a random one. The one horse we did catch with blister beetle poisoning that we saved, we were at a horse show. And we were at a show stalled near a former client that we had. They were no longer a client of my mother's, just former client on amicable terms. And as we're looking at the horses that they had brought to this show, because, you know, we knew all the horses, obviously. We're just kind of looking at them, checking them out and everything. Mom notices one's acting real funny. And she's like, Mind you, at one point she was a vet tech, which is why she kind of, like, catches animals not feeling well very easily. But she notices this one horse is not looking right. And it's not colic. Because when a horse is colicking, they want to lay down, they want to roll around, their tummy hurts. This is one of the reasons why they can die from colic, is because they can actually twist their intestines, and it requires a surgery to untwist. So he's not doing any of that. He's got his head down low, he's drooling, which is really weird. Most horses don't drool. Like, usually it's a neurological symptom if they're drooling. So Mom's like, looks at the former client, hey, did you go to your normal hay guy? We did until he ran out of hay, and so then we bought from the other guy down the road, was the response. We're like, oh shit. So Mom goes into the feed stall that they had set up, because, you know, they got like 8 horses at this show. Of course, there's the 9th stall where they got all the tack and feed and everything. And she digs through the hay, and she finds blister beetles, and she goes, that horse is suffering from blister beetle poisoning. It needs to go to the vet now. It needs to go to the emergency vet 30 minutes away right now, if you want to save that horse. This horse was all of 2 years old, mind you. Luckily, because Mom had the stuff to start, there's a vet on site at all the shows, and Mom always carries saline solution on her at all times at shows because we've had so many random accidents happen. She got the vet, the on-site vet, to start a saline IV for this horse. And that kept that horse hydrated enough to not die, so we could get it to the vet to get it saved. Like, horses are wild, man. Yes, I have the right number up. Don't mind me, just questioning numbers. It's like, did I count that? Yes, I did. So, yeah, hay's a premium. That whole tangent, those whole stories. Hay is a premium luxury item because year after year, we're constantly suffering fires, we're suffering floods. Now, normally, people go ahead and they're like, oh yeah, all of Texas burned last year. Lost all the hay or whatever. So what you'll see is a bunch of these hay convoys going to wherever the disaster has happened and donating hay. The issue is those farmers still have to make up that difference. So hay has become, as Archer has pointed out, a premium luxury item at this point and is very expensive. It's not cheaper to buy it up out of the field anymore or anything like that. And that's because a lot of these farmers have the piece of equipment that goes through, that they can drive through the field and just auto pick up the bales and stack the bales with that way. They don't have to pay people for that anymore. And while innovation is nice, equipment is expensive. And then you add in catastrophe after catastrophe after catastrophe that shortens the crops. You don't get a win there. You just get more expensive feed. Same thing goes for the grain. Horse grain's gone up, man. The cheap, basic horse grain, the ones that we would put on this grain if they weren't showing, and like they needed like a scoop, which is like roughly 3 pounds a day type of thing, just for energy levels and to keep them healthy, fit in the wintertime. That bag of grain, it was a 50-pound bag. As a kid, it cost us between $6 and $8, depending on brand and what year it was. $6 to $8 for a 50-pound bag of horse feed. Okay, that's not bad, right? That same bag today costs almost $30. How do I know this when I don't still live on the ranch? Because I talked to my mother, and she complains about the pricing. She's luckily no longer in charge of 120 horses, but they still have a few on the property that are essentially their pets. She's not training anymore. She's not showing anymore. She just has the horses that she has as pets. She doesn't want to sell them. She's raised them since they were foals. Like, they get to live out the rest of their life on the property. Yeah. A bag of feed that used to be $6 to $8 a bag is now $30. I remember when Bermuda used to be $2 to $3 a bale for about a 60-pound bale. Bermuda is viewed as like the cheaper hay, quote unquote, especially in Oklahoma. It grows naturally everywhere in fucking Oklahoma. Alfalfa is considered premium. When Bermuda was a 60-pound bale that was $2 to $3 a bale, alfalfa was roughly the same, if not maybe 80 to 100 pounds, depending on how they baled it for the same size bale. And it was like $8, $9, or no, $5 or $6. Last time I talked to my mom about alfalfa prices was the end of last year in the winter. So, you know, a little bit more expensive. She was saying it was $15 a bale for a 60-pound bale of alfalfa. So not only did the size of the bale go down, the prices skyrocketed. She's paying almost $8 to $10 for a small bale of Bermuda, which is all of 40 pounds now. It's insane. I'm not normally a religious person by nature, but man, may the deities bless farmers, because Lord knows farmers and ranchers need all the help they can freaking get. Like I said, a farmer or ranch has a good year when they break even, because it's becoming increasingly rarer and rarer to do. And here's the thing, you can't just let the land sit, because if you're not using the land for agriculture, lots of states, they tax you extra for not using that land properly, or using it for a purpose, per se. And it's sad, because we have lots of people who have had these farms for generations. We're getting to generations who are like, I don't want to do this. I don't want that insecurity, that stress. I don't blame those people for getting out. I technically got out. I don't raise horses anymore. I don't train horses anymore. Do I still know about them? Yes. But I'm not part of that lifestyle anymore. But the issue is now we've got a lot of the farming and ranching population, the people who are farmers and ranchers, they're getting older. They can't do as much. They hurt. We always joke, especially in Oklahoma and stuff like that, that a farmer, if his wife makes him go in just to get checked out by the doctor or whatever, or their spouse makes him go in to get checked out by the doctor, it's probably not that bad. If a farmer willingly goes to the doctor, the ER, they're either missing a digit, a phalange, a toe, they're missing something, and it's going to be in a cooler or an ice bag, or they are minutes away from code bluing on you. Minutes away from becoming unconscious. Because they feel funny. I kid you not. It happens so often. Okay, so 18 was 35. Oh wait, this one's not messed up. So it should be 17. Okay, yeah, I need to count one more. There we go. Haha, because I haven't messed up yet. So while farmers are tough and resilient, we are also incredibly difficult. Like, every farmer rancher I knew has had an insanely high pain tolerance. Insanely, I'll rub some dirt on it and move on type mentality, I kid you not. If they go to the doctor, it's bad. Just guaranteed bad. And it's not that they don't want to go, it's that they don't have time. Growing up as a kid, we had a family vacation, I'll use that term loosely, for once every 3 years in the summer. You want to know why? Because it is terrifying, even to ask your neighbor, even if you trust them, hey, I'm going to be gone for a week. Can you go over to my property 2 to 3 times a day to feed and water the animals? Make sure they haven't broken the fence, gotten out, been attacked by anything. Like, that is so common, especially with the horses and stuff. Horses are accident prone. I don't care how, you know, quote unquote bomb proof they are. They're not going to spook or anything. One day, a horse who won't blink at anything will one day just decide that it's scared of its own shadow and levitate 15 feet in the air and go sideways. It's just horses. That's what they do. They will go from the best behaved thing to snorting at everything, going, oh my god, the world's trying to eat me. That's just they're prey animals. That's what they do. Cows want out. Cows are determined to get to the grass on the other side of the fence. They don't care if there's plenty of grass on their side of the fence. They want the grass on the outside of the fence. It's more convenient for them. Extra protein or whatever. I don't know. I've never met a cow who won't go through a fence. Like, who won't systematically push a fence down just so they can get to the grass on the other side. Okay, so we start with 34. We're down to 13. So that makes it 21. Crap, hang on. Brain not braining. 21. Okay, so I should have... Yep, all right, we're good. We have the correct number still. Sorry, I'm talking and doing this, and therefore I'm not fully paying attention to what I'm doing. A hydrate. Yeah, thank you. Dino. Yes. When I was younger, I knew a horse that was hecka mean. Oh yeah, some horses are mean. Thank you for that hydrate. It helps. Some horses can be mean. Some horses are honestly baby angels that don't have a mean bone in their body. Some horses only have one person that they care for. Some horses have people that they just straight hate. Like, they have their own personalities and everything. But they are still a prey animal. And occasionally they just... Oh my god. This barn that I've seen a million times, I'm gonna snort at it now because... Oh my god, there's a cat. I kid you not. I've had horses do that. Horse. What is that? What is that? What is that you're doing? Bro, I'm putting a blanket on you. Same thing we do every bloody winter when it gets freaking cold outside and you still haven't grown in your winter coat. You get a blanket. I don't need you getting sick. Because a sick horse is not a fun horse. Horses are a pain to give medicine to. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care how well trained your horse is for you putting stuff in their mouth. A sick horse is not a fun horse to deal with. My gelding, because I have a gelding still, he lives in my parents' house. My mom cannot get near this horse. He wants nothing to do with her because she was the one who had to give him all his shots when he was a baby. She didn't have to be the one, she just did. So fun fact, my gelding dislikes my mother. I can go home and visit. During college, I would go once every few months type of thing, just because life was life and I had work in school. I was busy. I can go over there for months without seeing that horse. Call him up in pasture. Mom can't catch him. I can walk right up to him. I can put a halter on him. He's right in my back pocket. Oh, hello, person. You're my person. How are we today? What adventure are we going on? She can lead him and stuff, but it's so funny because he'll sit there and he'll balk at everything with me. He's like, oh, what are we doing today? Okay. We went up to Mr. Wolf's mother's place because they had a little mini donkey that they were like, they didn't have time to take care of him. And they're like, hey, you know, would you guys mind taking him? My parents were like, yeah, sure. We don't mind taking him. Now the donkey was still had his giblets. So he was still fertile. So the condition was that they had to be allowed to geld the donkey. I know it's not gelding, I just don't know the full term for it, because an uncut donkey is a jack. I don't know what they call them when they're gelded. I should know the term, I'm blanking on the term. But he was a jack, he had to no longer be a jack. Okay, fine. They agreed to that. So we have to go up, haul a trailer to go get this little miniature donkey and haul him down south. Well, we're like, well, let's put a horse in the trailer so he's got a buddy on the ride down. And Mom's like, okay, either you can go catch your gelding or you can go catch your gelding's mama. One of the two. They're both fine in the trailer. And I'm like, well, the last time we had to mess with his mama, she did not want to get in that trailer. Like, it took us a good 20 minutes because she's like, I'm retired. I don't get in this trailer unless I have to. I am one off. So we're like, oh, Mom's like, okay, fine. Go get your gelding then. I guarantee you he's going to take longer to load. You know what happened? My mom cussed me out in a good way. Like, not a bad way. Like, she was just, like, I couldn't believe it happened. I walked up to him, put a halter on him with no issue. Walked him straight up to that trailer. Without hesitation, he got in that trailer and stood there. He's like, where are we going? She was so mad because 2 weeks prior, she had to take him up to the vet because he had freaking gotten a cut on his leg. It wasn't a bad cut, but she just wanted to be sure. She's like, it took me 20 minutes to get him in the trailer 2 weeks ago. For you, he just gets right in. I'm like, well, yeah. When you mess with him, it's a vet. It's either the vet or it's medicine. He don't want to deal with that. I messed with him for everything else. All right, that should be 30. Let me double check. It is. All right, so one more reset. Oh, we're making good progress. But yeah, it's so much funny. She loves that gelding, don't get me wrong. She's just irritated by him all the time because he's a little shit to her. He knows what he's doing, 110%. Does not care though. He's like, no, I don't want to deal with the mean lady. She's not mean to him, she just gives him his medicine. And when I say medicine, horses get wormed every 2 months is when they're supposed to be wormed, every 2 to 3 months, depending on temperatures and everything else. So they stay healthy. And you can get the flavored medicine, he does not care. The flavored dewormer, he does not care. He's just like, I don't like it. He's fine with things with his mouth being messed with and stuff. He just hates getting his dewormer so much. Is the one thing I never really got him used to was his dewormer. He just hates it with a passion. Because the problem is you can't just like put it in their mouth for the horses. Like you can't just put it in their cheek and they'll swallow it and then they took their medicine. If you don't put it towards the back of their throat, they will spit it out. They're assholes. Because again, their digestive system only goes one way. There is no vomiting with a horse. They can burp, but they can't vomit. So they have really good control of their tongue, because if it gets passed into their esophagus, it's not coming back out and they know it. So they have really good reflexes to be able to spit out a lot of stuff. It's a very interesting process to watch, because we've had horses who, like, we used to we had apple trees before they got knocked over in storms on my parents' property. And we wouldn't eat the apples because they were always really, really small apples. But we would use them as treats for horses. So like we would cut them up and everything else and feed them slices type of thing. So that was easier for them to chew. You know what these horses did instead? We had one horse. She would get out just to go raid the apple trees. Mind you, this is nowhere near the barn. This was closer to the house itself. She would get out of her stall. She figured out how to open the gate so she could go raid the apple tree because she wanted apples. She hated the core though. Like technically horses can eat the core. It's not great for them, but they can do it. They can digest it. She hated the core though, like with a passion. I watched that horse munch on apples and spit the core out. Like, I'm not talking like bend down but take a bite. Like she would put these things whole in her mouth. This was Cece, by the way. Oh. Like I know you're like, wait, which horse is this? This was Cece. She would do this when she was younger. And she would go get the freaking apple, proceed to put the whole ass apple in her mouth, chew on it for a minute, and then spit out the core. Every single time. Cece was a great horse though, man. Yeah, Amber's right. Burb. Dino. Yes, please. So yeah, it's interesting to see different animals, different perspectives. But man, I have a lot of respect for anyone who is a rancher and or farmer, because those people will never be rich. They'll be lucky if they have a penny to rub together, let alone 2 pennies. And man, the world is screwed without farmers and ranchers, as much as people tried to deny it. Without farmers and ranchers, there's nothing in the markets. There's nothing at the grocery store. And when we say nothing, we mean nothing. You can't have processed food without first having food. In some capacity. I know we have like lab grown meats now and everything that we're testing out and everything. Cool. I will be the first one to tell you. Raising meat, cattle meat, it's extensive. It takes a lot. It is very heavy on resources to do so.
So is growing lab meats.
We're getting there though. It's a trade-off, all right? I'm not saying lab meat's better. I'm just saying that it's nice that it's steadily becoming an option.
And it's one of those like weird trade-offs because half your culture sells.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's a tit for tat type of thing. It's just like the fact that people are like, oh, hydroponics requires a lot of water. It does. But you could also do aeroponics, which requires less water. And theoretically, if you find me a 5-story high-rise building that was abandoned or has used to be an office building that's no longer an office building, you can convert that into an aeroponics grow and you can produce so much green from that. And that's the sad thing, because when you look at how communities used to be set up and everything, there used to be community gardens and all that stuff. Well, now that a lot of that crap's outlawed. There's lots of city ordinances and stuff to prevent that crap. And it's sad because it helps create that disconnect from people on where their food comes from. Where they go ahead and... Man, that disconnect's so hard for me to see. Because here's the sad thing. Even in rural Oklahoma, where almost every kid had a family member or a direct connection to the ag industry, I still went to school with kids who didn't understand where their food came from. And we took field trips to the literal fields where food was growing during harvest season and everything so we could understand all this stuff. Because that was just part of the agricultural, community. There was still kids who would go to my school who did not understand where their food came from. You ask them where food came from, the supermarket. That was their answer. Well, how does the food get to the supermarket? I don't know, it's just there. Literally their reply. It's like, how can you grow up in the heart of agricultural country and not understand where your food comes from? I don't hold it against someone who grows up in a major city. You're literally designed, it's literally designed so you have that disconnect. I'm not gonna knock anyone for being vegetarian, vegan. As long as you get your minerals in, you're fine. But at the same time, it's like, man, that disconnect is harsh. And I'm not a fan of that disconnect because of that. I don't know if that number went up. I'll double check the number in a second. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the shiny term doesn't work with this one, so it will still be a full odds thing. Yeah, okay, I was right. 192 is the correct number. Just... There we go. I'm sorry. I did not mean to rant for an hour and a half on the agricultural state of the U.S. Growing up around it, it becomes a very big button issue for me. Which kind of on that same note, fun fact, there are lots of government incentives to raise bees right now because our bee population is in such heavy decline, we are losing pollinators in droves. I have an uncle in Texas who raises bees. He doesn't have that many hives. What was he at? 6 hives last time we talked to him? Or was it 7? Was 6? Yeah.
He yields pretty good.
He yields pretty good, but if I remember correctly, he was supposed to be at 8 or 9 hives last year, but he was knocked back down to 6 because he had a bunch of hives that failed to thrive.
Yeah.
Because bees are weird. So bees can be taken out by fungus. They can be taken out by hornets. Right now, a lot of beehive mites is a big one too. But a lot of hives have issues with what we call failure to thrive. So one queen passes away. There's obviously lots of other baby queen cells. And so the workers will then pick a queen cell to start really feeding to make into the next queen. Usually 2 or 3 will hatch and they'll choose like the better one they feel is the better queen. Occasionally though, you'll get hives that have failure to thrive. Normally, what you can do is you can remove the one that they've deemed queen and reintroduce a new queen. In this little thing called a plastic, it looks like a plastic clear clip, and it's called a queen clip. And it keeps her in the hive safe from the workers so they don't attack her because she is an interloper, long enough for her to essentially use her pheromones to take over the hive, in the hopes that the hive then thrives. The issue with this is occasionally, no matter what queen you put in that hive, it just fails to thrive, and therefore it starts dying off. They're not producing honey, they're using up all their stores, like the hive is essentially sick but not sick. And the sad thing is at that point, most people, or well, most beekeepers, have to burn the hive. Boxes and all, because they can't risk a single bee from that hive going to another hive and possibly causing the same issues. And it's called failure to thrive. Right now, that is the biggest issue for bees, especially out in California. We don't know what causes it. We don't know a whole lot about it. We just know that no matter what, if you can't within, was it anywhere from 3 to 5 queen like if you cycled the queen 3 to 5 times with different queens and you still can't get it to do anywhere, it's just going to slowly die off over time. The issue is as the queens die off, the rest of the workers will disperse to other hives, which is how it spreads. As far as we can tell, it's not a disease, but it's just this weird mentality. Yes, number is correct. Which I feel so bad for my uncle, man. Because like the first year he had bees, he had 2 hives. He lost 1 to wasps, like almost immediately, or not wasps, hornets, I should say. Almost immediately, they got swarmed by hornets and taken out. So he had to learn how to deal with that. Then the following year, he had 4 hives, lost 1 to fungus. Year after that, he lost 2 to the mites. The mites got real bad one year. So like, he's had to constantly restart hives and everything else. Which is why, like, it's not linear growth for him. Like, he ideally, I think he said he wanted anywhere from 10 to 15 hives running that were healthy. But he also understood that being where he's located, there's a lot of challenges for his bees because he's in Texas. Heat can kill off bees. Frickin' excess moisture can kill off bees. Like, they're delicate. Lots of pollinators are keystone species for their ecosystems, but they are also delicate species in the ecosystem. Something changes and they're almost one of those super sensitive ones that will almost always start dying off in droves. Which is why you hear a lot of people now say pollinators, because it's not just bees, but bees are well-known pollinators, especially because it's almost a symbiotic relationship. We can harvest the honey, we can harvest the comb, the wax, everything, and as long as we don't take it all at once, the beehive will continue to thrive.
Oh, it's maintenance. So
Well, it's part
you can't
maintenance.
use like all of this, so you remove older stock.
Mm-hmm.
That helps encourage them to build more a healthy nest.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. It's a push and pull thing. It's a symbiotic relationship. Because the bees are benefiting, but we're also benefiting. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna get this shiny. I'm not even gonna be paying attention, and it's just gonna go by, and then like 2 minutes later, it's gonna process.
One thing, the beekeeper, the blonde female that works down in Texas,
Oh yeah.
does not wear
Doesn't wear the beekeeping outfit.
No, she just goes hand and all.
Doesn't she also do bee rescues?
Yeah, she does bee rescues.
Yeah.
She barely uses any smoke.
Yeah.
when she does her stuff. And
I mean, if you can get the queen, you'd be amazed on, because they'll follow that queen, man.
oh yeah, no, if you guys see videos, she puts a new box so she finds the queen and she puts the queen in the clip.
Yep.
Then she puts the queen in the new box and she just waits overnight.
Yep. Which, fun fact, guys, if you're in a home, like if you are ever lucky enough to buy a home and all of a sudden you're noticing a very warm spot on your wall, you might want to cut in that wall because it's probably honestly a beehive. And that warmth is all of the bees compacting together to build the actual hive. Do not kill them. Just find someone who will come and remove the bees and relocate them. We need the bees. It's funny, because I didn't grow up with, like, honey bees or really nice bees on my parents' property. You know what I grew up with? And these are the type of bee I fucking hate to this day. Carpenter bees. These are big, fat guys that people equate to bumblebees. These are not bumblebees. I haven't been keeping track again. I'll double check. But they're big, they're fluffy looking. They have terrible sense of direction. They will just fly into you. The good news is they don't sting normally. Like, they don't actually have a stinger. They can bite because I made the wrong one. That number's gonna be wrong now. Just the occasional Dracozolt in there for funsies, I guess. Bird Dino. This should be 208. But carpenter bees bore into wood. They don't make a hive or anything. They just bore a hole in wood and lay an egg in there. They don't produce honey or anything like that. They just suck. They're a flying termite of a bee. That's what they are. All right, let me double check my number real quick. Dino, yes. All right, so 2 more, and then we have to do a reset. Bird, So yeah. Not a fan of carpenter bees. I cannot tell you the number of times I was headed out from the house to the barn and just got smacked in the face by a carpenter bee flying that just had no sense of direction. Got lucky. Never had one fly in my shirt, though. I have had wasps end up in my shirt. Ugh, fuck that. That shit's unpleasant as fuck. Only
The jet black ones.
the mud dauber?
No, not those.
All I know is I ended up with one of the red black ones flying up.
So you have the. I don't remember the actual name, but you have the red ones. And there's another wasp. It's basically like it's jet black, but it has a blue tint to it. I had one of those fly in my shirt. Sting me right in the armpit.
Yeah, see, I also got stung in the armpit. It was one of the red black ones, though, because I was at Laura's place as a kid. And we were outside playing tag, and she had an actual, like, legit tree house in her backyard. I ran under the tree house chasing her, and as soon as I went underneath there, I didn't know it. There was the red and black wasp nest, the paper wasps. It flew up my sleeve, stung me 3 times in the same armpit. I screamed bloody murder. And that's how I learned that you could make a baking soda compound, like baking soda and water.
Yeah.
Put it on the sting. Helps negate the pain. Worked amazing too. I thought Laura was crazy and she's like, no, this is all we do. This is what my parents did with Colton. It worked. Got me to stop crying. That was for dang certain, because holy crap, my armpit was on fire. I've never been stung by a yellow jacket, thankfully. Been close, but never actually been stung by a yellow jacket. I think the blue-black ones are the paper wasps, though. Because when you look at their nest, it's that real papery-looking one.
Yeah.
Because the mud daubers are the ones that use the fucking Oklahoma clay soil to build their nests.
Mud daubers are actually friendly to us. I mean,
To you.
they catch spiders and creatures and put it in their nests so their young can eat it. I mean, so do other wasps, but mud daubers are.
I mean, it's all fun and games until, you know, my parents... I know Dad just replaced the mailbox and everything, but the old mailbox that he had the metal frame on the inside so the neighbors could no longer play Smash the Mailbox. Every year in the summer, man, between the outer tin shell and the heavy plated metal on the inside, there was always a wasp nest that tried to form. Those fuckers were evil, too. Because it was always the yellow jackets. I was like, oh, God. Hornets, they're not friendly. Although I do remember going out to the barn one time and seeing the black widow being eaten by the mud dauber on the old breeding mount that we no longer used. that was interesting. Sadly, that was the year after I had to do the pin board, the bug pin board for biology class in high school. Yes, I had to do a bug pin board. And for anyone who does not know what I'm talking about, you get a big foam board, you catch 50 different species of insects, and you name them common name and scientific name, and present them. That was a big project we had to do in freshman biology in high school. And that was a guaranteed one, so that was one that like you knew about from like super early on type of thing, especially if you had siblings or your friends had siblings. So we would go ahead and in the summertime we would start collecting bugs then, because you could have a wider variety. Because fun fact, guys, spiders are not insects. They don't count for the bug board. This was all insects. Arachnids are not insects. I think we had 7, or my board had 7 different types of ants.
I'm guessing you have the sugar ants,
Mm-hmm.
the fire ants,
Oh, yeah.
the carpenter ants.
Mm-hmm. And the bullet ants. Those big fuzzy ones that hurt like the dickens. Yeah, those fuckers. We had a nest of them that year, too. What?
What is the killer bees? I forgot their stupid name they gave them.
What, the African bee?
The hybridized asshole honeybees.
Yeah. The African honeybee and the European honeybee. Yeah.
The European honeybee, they crossbred them down in like South America.
Yeah.
Mexico.
I don't remember. I just know those fuckers exist.
Now they're in Oklahoma.
Oh, I know they are.
They're about to approach Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is why crossbreeding is not always the good thing, guys, because
They're aggressive.
yeah, well, because the African honeybee is aggressive as fuck.
Yeah, they won't.
They produce a shit ton of honey, which was the whole point of crossing them with the European honeybee, because the European honeybee was dying off in droves, and they're like, well, the African's more resistant, and they produce more honey. Win-win, right? Only the issue is the European honeybee is a lot more sweeter in nature, and the cross did not get the sweet temperament that everyone was hoping for. They,
Just got an asshole.
yeah.
That won't leave you. It will chase you for a mile.
They'll fucking hover. If you dive in water and like hold your breath, they'll hover over the water to fucking get you when you come up.
Because someone did a study.
Yeah.
Someone took the wheel
Mm-hmm.
to measure. Of course, they had like all the proper safety gear.
Oh, yeah.
They stopped the hive.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stop till a mile.
Yeah. No, they don't care. You threaten the hive, those hybrid bees will come after you, man. They do not care.
I can't remember the actual like common name they gave them.
I don't remember, man. It wasn't killer bee or whatever the crap. We had the murder hornets. That was a thing.
Oh no, that's
I know that was still a thing.
that's up in
Washington, right?
Washington, Oregon. Oh yeah, it's like Vancouver area, so
Yeah.
Canada and Washington. So fucking Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, China. That's the,
I don't remember.
it's one of those Asian countries. Well, Japan's an island.
Who has sent me what now? Oh. Ah, he has sent me the tracking number for the package. Yay. The stuff to fix the GameCube is on the way. It's so funny too, because he's like, I'm sorry I didn't get shipped sooner. I'm like, eh. Y'all been busy. I'm just appreciative that I could route it through you guys so we could get the parts to fix the GameCube. Bam. Okay, so 210 was what we started at, so 12 down, which would be 22. Yeah, okay. Double checking numbers. Yeah, insect hybridization is weird. Historically speaking, no. Not for humans, at least. It never goes the way we want it to go. It's not like with dogs. Which, I'm sorry, if you're like, I have a golden doodle, you have a mutt. You have a mutt. And they are not hyperallergenic, I don't care what you say. We've proven that they're not hyperallergenic. Sorry, ma'am, I clicked the wrong button. Burb. Burb and Dino. That's what we're doing today. Burb and Dino. Dun 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 bump. Arctozolts is so like derpy but cute derpy. Makes me happy. Also, I want to point out, we're sitting here saying don't hybridize animals, and I'm literally taking two fossils that very clearly don't go together and fusing them into create a new Pokemon. That's what I've been doing for 2.5 hours now. Are you sure it's fine? I don't know if it's fine or not. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. Burb. Dino. Burp. Must remember to hit button. I don't know why the number keeps slowly shifting to the left to where it gets cut off on the screen, guys. I'm sorry. No, like, it's not moved or anything. The only thing I can think of is, like, the font size is slightly bigger than the font size above it. And so that's why it's, even though they're lined up, it's shifting slightly to the left as the number goes up. It could also just be the font type I'm using, too. Just get that Times New Roman out of here, man. Or wait, what's the new one? Because, right, Times New Roman's no longer the default font for anything now. What's the new one?
Arial?
Is it Arial?
Oh, it's a common. So either you can use Times New Roman 12.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I'm talking... So now when you open Word, if it's the newer version of Word, it's no longer Arial or Times New Roman. It's something else because they just changed it to on the default font.
I don't have Word.
I know we don't have Word.
Fucking student email somehow.
Yeah.
That's stupid bullshit.
I'm sorry, I'm not paying for the Microsoft subscription shit every year either. When they're like, we need $165 a year so you can keep accessing Word and Excel and PowerPoint. And I'm like,
Back in the day, that shit was free.
that shit was... Well, that's the funny thing, because it's technically still included in the operating system when you get a new operating system. But the license is only good for a year. Subscriptions have gotten too out of hand. Oh, 110% Marvel. Everything has a fucking subscription now, and it's stupid.
No, because if you pay for not the home,
No,
but the next level, then it's free.
No, if you pay for the professional license, you just get 2 years of it included before you have to start paying for it. Because it's either home or pro, which is professional. Like, there's a subscription for everything now.
This is why more people are going to Linux.
This is why more people are going yo ho ho yo ho back to the 7 Cs for me. Because everybody gets nickeled and dimed to oblivion on subscriptions anymore. Because everything has a subscription.
I'm surprised they haven't really caught on to the whole. I'm pretty sure they have this key.
Well, and that's the thing.
The product key.
Yeah.
Because they can, like, deactivate the product key, because if they deactivate the product key, you lose your thing. Because technically you own the product key.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. If you read the terms and services anymore, any version of any software, even on games now, which, I mean, it's been like that for a long time on games, but on the user end agreement terms and conditions, you don't own anything. And it's so bad now that even things like Sony and stuff, they're saying, if even Nintendo, if you own the physical media, but you don't own the data. So you know how everything's linked to the cloud, especially like on the Switches and stuff now?
Yeah.
If Nintendo says F you, they can just delete your data and you can't do shit about it. Because you can own the physical media all you want. They own the data according to the user agreement that you have to agree to. It's bullshit.
That's why proprietary software is ass.
Proprietary anything is an ass. Proprietary hardware? Fine, whatever. You designed this specific thing specifically for you and patented it. Go you. Proprietary software should not be allowed to exist beyond a certain threshold. Because everything is being claimed as proprietary software now. Oh, you bought this
It's
game?
like the same thing. So with software, it looks and runs the same.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does not. It means I changed this one single code.
Mm-hmm.
This one line is not a if, it's something else.
Yeah, this if-then statement has been replaced with a different if-then statement.
A true statement.
Yeah, or a true statement. And therefore, it's now a whole new set of code.
Yeah. It's the same thing with medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Chemicals.
Yep.
This chemical patent about to expire, we just changed the
Yep. Oh, we're about to lose the proprietary license on insulin? Well, all we have to do is change this one chemical component of the insulin, and now it's a brand new formula. Even though it's 99.99999% the same, we now get to repatent it and keep charging $400.
Yeah, they're just like changing one of the inactive ingredients that's a bonding agent.
Yep. Every single time. Again, welcome to capitalism. It's bullshit. I love it because when you actually look at capitalism through any sort of actual lens, especially the capitalism we have in the US, it is very much just... How's the best way to word this? It's all a scam. Like 110% a scam. No, it's worse than a Ponzi scheme. It's a multi-level marketing scheme. It's an MLM. I guarantee 110%. Because
No, sir, you're saying it's just a Karen trying to sell fucking Tupperware.
it's worse than a Karen selling Tupperware, though. Okay? Because here's the thing. If you have a drug company who also has an insurance side to their company, right? Okay? Johnson & Johnson, just as a random one, because I know they have pharmaceuticals and I know they have insurance. The funny thing about this is that Johnson & Johnson's chemical or pharmaceutical side will go ahead and say they make, not insulin, insulin's pretty well enough. They make an allergy medication, right?
Beta blockers.
Beta blockers.
Beta blockers are actually technically cheap because you can actually make them for like, what was it, 70 cents?
I mean, for each dose of insulin, it takes 32 cents to make it. In today's dollars, it takes 32 cents to make it. But yet, in the U.S., we're charged $600 for 1 month's worth of insulin.
I didn't know a lot of paramedics are going down the rigs because they have the compounds to do it. They make their own insulin, and beta blockers get past that.
I don't blame them, man. More power to them.
Because how is it you want to show up to a freaking scene and like, oh.
He's diabetic, but he couldn't afford his insulin, so now
His
he's...
insulin is fucking sky high.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta set it back down. Yeah, they just They know the
Womp womp.
combinations, so they just do it.
Yeah.
And they get approval from the provider.
Well, yeah, because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But no, it's a Ponzi, or it's an MLM marketing or multi-level marketing scheme. And the reason I say this is because take something simple. Take a basic allergy medication that has to be sold over the counter, right? Or not over the counter, but requires a prescription, like it's prescription strength. Okay, Johnson & Johnson has, say you have Johnson & Johnson's whatever insurance. I think they technically own a majority of Blue Cross Blue Shield. If I remember correctly. It might have changed. Fuck if I remember. And then say they make, you know, the prescription strength equivalent of Zyrtec. Okay. You go to your doctor. Your doctor has to take Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. They do. Okay, cool. So now you have a copay.
You see? OTC, no, that's over the counter. They can purchase that.
I mean I corrected it with prescription strength.
Okay, I was just saying, you said OTC.
Yeah. I started with over the counter and I was like, no, it has to be prescription strength if you're getting it like prescribed to you. So here's the thing though. So Johnson & Johnson owns Blue Cross Blue Shield as an example. I can't remember off the top of my head if they still own them or not. Too much for share percentages changes hands. You go to your doctor, you pay your copay. Your doctor's like, yeah, you have really severe allergies. You need this prescription strength allergy medication. Okay, fine. You then go to the pharmacy. Well, it gets denied. And they're like, hey, your insurance isn't going to cover it because, and if you want to pay for it now out of pocket, it's $600 for a month's supply. The reason we want your insurance isn't going to cover it is because you didn't have prior authorization. So you can either reach out to your doctor and have them resubmit for prior authorization for this medication, or you can go ahead and pay $600 out of pocket for this medication. Being the broke Americans we are, you go ahead and say, oh, I need prior authorization. So you go ahead and contact your doctor gets that. All right, yeah, now your insurance will go ahead and cover the medication. That's now $200 out of your pocket. What? What? And again, this is for 1 month's supply. The issue is that the same corporation is both your person who's making your medication as well as the person paying for your medication. Tell me again how that's just not random multi-level marketing with a little bit of money laundering sprinkled in. Like, the entirety of the US healthcare system is a scam, and so is most of the capitalism in the US. Our systems are borked in the US, which is why we have the issues we have today. Because we believe in trickle-down economics, even though we've been proving since the 80s that doesn't work. What?
Go Reagan.
Yeah, go Reagan. So glad that man is in a box.
Still have Nancy in here.
Huh?
Nancy.
Yeah.
Terms are bad. Okay.
Nancy doesn't have much of a brain left, though, at this point. I mean, technically, isn't Jimmy Carter still alive, too? I know we have one former president who's old as shit. Because we were joking last time about him running for president again, because he only served a term. I'm pretty sure it was Carter. He's racking his brain over here.
I thought Jimmy Carter passed away.
I know, I'm pretty sure he was alive during the last election.
Senior Bush.
Yeah, Senior Bush passed away. I don't know if Carter's still alive.
No, see, you have the man-child that I'm pretty sure has an IQ negative somehow, that is still coherent and can breathe, surprisingly. Still running. Then you have the person who just shits himself on national TV and clueless all the time. I feel so bad for the Secret Service. I really do.
I
And
mean,
his wife,
again,
Jill.
this is why I'm of the mind that if you're above the age of 65, you should not be allowed to continue serving public office.
It's not just that. It's an actual, check. to get a physical and get all these checks just to join the service, and then have to get a check every year saying, "Are you gonna kill yourself? Yes or no? No. Okay. Yes or no? No. Okay."
I mean, that's
we
the.
do all these other checks. We want to draw your blood every year. Make sure you don't have HIV or any weird stuff in you. On top of that, oh, you want to do a security clearance? Depending what level it is, you have to do that too. Every so often.
Well, okay, but here's the thing on that one though, hun.
Remember Sergeant Peters are.
I know. Look at who serves in public office in the U.S. Period. Remember for a fact that the average age for all of our current governing branches is like 68 or 70 now.
Yeah, that's also including the Secretary. Our Secretary of Defense just got out of surgery a couple months ago.
I know. Again, the U.S. government is just the world's most expensive retirement home.
Yeah, I'm a peasant.
Yeah, we are all peasants. I also need to clean off my glasses. Can you clean my glasses for me? I'll clean off my glasses.
There's shit upstairs.
Well, no, like, whenever I took them off and put them back on earlier, I got that weird smudge going on, and the smudge is reflecting the light from the webcam, so it's causing a glare on my eye. Because joys of headsets plus glasses. There we go. I guess, guys, on this, we'll probably try to get to 300 and then probably call that for today. Because I know other than the minor hiccup we had, we've been going technically for almost 3 hours now. Because OBS decided it didn't want to play fair for a minute. Doo-doo. I mean, again, OBS is normally really good, but occasionally, though, it just goes, "I'm a potato," and you're like, stop that, and it's like, no, and you're like, please, and it's like, maybe. Because surprisingly, the internet's been really stable lately, which is honestly a shocker. I can only hope that the freaking upgrades they were doing to the network have actually helped. I mean, I'm no longer rubber banding like a mother effer on the bandwidth. You're over here doing your schoolwork, I'm streaming, and you've got Thor going on in the background still, too.
Duh, but I don't trust TKS.
I don't trust TKS for anything, but it's either TKS or Starlink. And I'd rather not deal with Musk.
Yeah, I have an issue with my work using Starlink on government systems.
I know you do. I don't blame you.
That doesn't seem right.
It really doesn't.
Especially how close we are to Ukraine.
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you do on your homework? Oh. You forget to answer a question?
No, I'm going through a AI word phraser tool.
Okay, be careful with that, because they do have tools to check for that stuff, and it's not the most accurate.
I was not going to use references.
No. The issue is they're not double checking the references, babe.
No, me. I
Oh.
use references because I'm pulling from websites.
I'm just saying, we don't need
Also,
you.
the school encourages chat GBT, no shit.
Wait, your school's encouraging that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
So it's not as like you submit answers to it. They're
Yeah.
encouraging it for brainstorming.
Okay. Again, I know it's computer science stuff, but I hope they're competent enough to understand. Just don't use this shit whenever you're doing the fucking... Because in the past semester, lots of schools, when you're submitting stuff, like you write a paper and you're submitting it through like the anti-plagiarism software that the professors use, it's... anything that it uses AI or AI boosted is flagging as plagiarism. Spell checker is considered AI boosted.
I have Grammarly on here.
Yeah, Grammarly was flagging for certain schools. I don't know about your school, so that's why I was saying just be careful.
I was like, I have Grammarly on my fucking computer that told me, oh, you should put a comma here, or this and that, or...
I know, I just want you to get your degree and not have to deal with, like, oh, you committed academic misconduct, you're in trouble, type of shit. It's like, technology is great, we have lots of tools with technology.
It's a tool. It's a fucking tool.
Yeah, but...
There's a difference between, like, having the damn AI write your whole paper versus I don't like how it sounds, I'm gonna put this through this generator, see what happens, and kind of...
trying to make it sound proper in paper writing and versus our random hick verbiage that we like to use when we talk.
Copy and paste and all.
Don't do that. That's just straight plagiarism.
Yes. I'm still gonna put references because.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to.
Person does, even though it's a fucking discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I understand it's a discussion board, but I mean, shit. Even when I was in college and crap, it was, oh, you're doing a discussion? Cite your references if you say something, refer to your reference. Fuck.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Once I get done with this, I still have my tabs open with the URLs.
Yeah. I do not miss discussion boards, man. That shit sucked. It's not nearly as mind-numbing as a mind map, though. Oh god, I hate mind maps.
I don't know. Well, I can't say that. I'd rather do fucking pace.
Again, PACE is just the bullshit course that the college requires you to take, though.
Pace is the annoying course that shouldn't exist. But it provides nothing.
Well, it was like me and having to take freshman seminar, even though I already had lots of concurrent hours. 1 sec. What was that number? Okay, so we've done 23 since the last one. Last reset would have been... Oh god, hi Hitmonlee in chat. I don't know if that number's right anymore. 180, 210, 240? Yes, that number's right. We've been talking for a while. Wolf zoned out on the numbers a long time ago. I've just been remembering to hit the button. The button for my counter. The bum cheese button. I'm still kind of intrigued by you wanting to do Kobold Rogue Artificer, who does bombs.
Lex bomb. Well, actually, Lex explosives to sort them.
Licks explosives to sort them. How worried do I have to be that you're going to reverse pickpocket the Dragonborn with a lit explosive?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. All right. God, this chaos. This group's gonna be chaos. I know it's gonna be chaos because we have the chaotic evil bard that's gonna come in late. We have Frog Gunslinger. We have you. We have
Space Cadet Druid.
Yeah, we have the Space Cadet Druid. Well, possible Druid. I don't know if he's fully sold on Druid. Because I don't think he was absorbing anything about Druid. He was miles away last weekend.
Campbell's on baby.
He's Dragonborn, but I don't remember his class.
Yeah.
My book's over there with the other books. I can check it later.
Yeah.
Barbarian. He's doing Barbarian.
Yeah, because it depends on the day. If I see something shiny, if I don't want it, I was going to put it in my pocket.
Now, what if the shiny thing already has somebody else as an owner? and you don't want it. Are you gonna leave it with the owner, or are you gonna purposely take it to put it in his pocket? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna get taken and put in a pocket. God damn it.
Everything's fair game. Everything.
You're welcome to try. That's all I'm gonna say. I will point out, kobolds are like 3 feet tall. You're in the same size category as the frog. Bump.
Or it could be the most random shit of all.
I mean, at least it's not the weird paladin crusade thing you guys did last time. All right, I'm glad I wasn't the DM for that one. I feel sorry for that DM.
He started it.
I know he started it and he brought it upon himself, but still. Like, I understand that aspect of it. All right, so we should have one more, and then I'll have to reset again. And yes, I will double check my numbers before I reset. Bop, 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 bump. Yes, the numbers are right. So we go home, we close, and we reset once more. To my lurkers in chat, if anyone wishes to answer me, do you guys want to hatch some eggs tonight too, or do we just want to do the 300 fossil resets and call it good? Loading, 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 loading. Bop, 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 bop. Ding. Good lordy. Herpaderp. Herpaderp. So much junk email. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Once more with feeling. 30 more fossil checks. Here we go. Email. Yes, please. Egg. I mean, it's not an egg, but, you know. It's kind of the same premise as an egg. We talk to this lady. She hands us our Arctazult. We see if it's monochrome. If not, it goes to the box forever in shame to once again be deleted and erased. Just like when Thanos snapped his fingers. Is it sad that I miss how enjoyable the MCU used to be? And now it's just kind of... Oh god, there's, you know, another movie. Oh god, there's yet another TV show. Loki was good. Loki ended well. I like Loki's ending.
Sure.
You didn't watch Loki.
It's just one of those things. Like,
You weren't big into Marvel, though. You're more of a Batman dude. Spider-Man and Batman. I know it's Batman Beyond for you.
it's Batman in general.
Yeah. Bump. I've already lost count.
One of those things. It's just,
Well, again, like, it's just one of those things, like, when Marvel first really got going with the movies and stuff, it was really good because it hadn't been done before, per se. And now it just feels like they're beating the ever-loving crap out of an already dead horse. Don't get me wrong, some of the newer heroes and stuff that they're introducing are kind of cool, but I don't feel like they deserve...
Marvel. Super dick.
She got better with the other movie, but...
Super dick. Like Superman. Super dick. It's not like the freaking Justice League.
Again...
The Superman Justice League was not a dick.
See, I live in the fact that, like, I have to admit I have kind of bad tastes in superheroes because one of my favorites is Hawk Girl of all people and fucking Poison Ivy. Which, definitely not a superhero. Yeah, she's an anti-hero. We're not even going to talk about Raven on that one. Of course, in my mind, Raven gets the short end of the stick in almost every comic line she's in.
It's like Catwoman, Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
Ivy.
Any female that has to live and deal with Gotham?
No.
I mean, to be fair, Gotham is just a shithole, though.
Yeah, it's New York.
I thought Metropolis was New York.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know DC very well.
I just know Batman. I get everything else.
Yeah.
What makes him great? He can take down every super person and villain.
The dude's got an insane IQ, but he also just has insane amounts of money, alright? Which means he has lots of funding for R&D. To be fair, though, off that vein, theoretically, Bruce Wayne could defeat more of Batman's villains than Batman could. Think of how many villains he has that are just people who... Which character are you talking about? We're talking about Batman, like, just superheroes in general, but mainly Batman, because I was making the statement that technically Bruce Wayne could defeat, like, permanently defeat more of Batman's enemies than Batman can, because a lot of them are just crazy underfunded scientists with no moral code that to be in check of.
I mean, Mr. Freeze. His was
Mr. Freeze had...
His was driven to save his wife Nora.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he had, like, this weird... well, not obsession with his wife, but he had a weird sense of determination when it came to trying to save his wife. But imagine if he had access to Bruce Wayne money and actual supportive research, not just whatever bullshit he was coming up with.
I had the pharmaceutical surgery.
Because remember, most of... that's the wrong one. Most of his research was about trying to save his wife, but also it was the fact that he was having to spend all of his money keeping her cryogenically frozen. Hello, Boa. How are you today? That's good. I'm hoping for a monochrome fossil. We've not had success thus far. Ah, chop up. Yes, please. Boop. Doo-doo. Why are we talking about Victor Freeze? We were somehow, I don't remember how, we have wandered onto the topic of superheroes. It's been a weird conversational day, Boa. It really has. But we were talking about how technically Bruce Wayne could beat more of Batman's villains permanently as Bruce Wayne versus Batman, because he could literally just give them funding for research and development towards certain goals and a better goal, and they would probably honestly be better people. And then we were pointing out how Victor Freeze is the way he is because he wants to save his wife Nora, but in all reality all of his money is going to keeping her cryogenically frozen. So he gets these really weird ways of trying to save her. He managed it once with Enigma. Oh yeah. It's just interesting to see how things, like, could theoretically be different. Although, can we agree that the animated Justice League Batman is by far, like, the best version? Ace. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
What, for the Justice League?
Do you remember the scene with Batman interacting with Ace from the animated Justice League show?
Oh, yeah, the epilogue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no shit.
Riddler was on medication where... Well, yeah, I know Batman cares and everything, but he literally knew he wasn't going to use Weber's weapon on Ace. Ace knew she was dying, and he comforted a scared child in her last moments. No other person in the Justice League would have done that.
Yeah, it's like Peter Parker going to the fucking terminally ill cancer kids. Oh my god, you're Peter Parker. Kids got stage 4 cancer.
Riddler was on medication and working with the police? Yeah. Like, a lot of Batman's... I know a lot of his villains technically have mental illnesses and stuff. I understand that. Gotham is a shit place to live. It does not encourage healthy lifestyle, sadly. I thought Ace scene was from Beyond when Terry was confronting Waller. I'm pretty sure it's the Justice League one that I'm thinking of, because it's definitely not Batman Beyond that,
It's the Justice League Ultimate?
Is it Justice League Ultimate?
I can't remember, it's Justice League or Justice League Ultimate. But yeah, it's the final, like,
Yeah, right number.
episode of the season. So it's the final season, final episode. And it's where the bitch...
Like Waller was telling Terry went down.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just know the actual, like, animated scene that it has with Bruce Wayne's Batman
Is,
with Ace.
Yeah. What it was, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, because she was doing the Alice in Wonderland stuff.
Wallace wanted her.
Wallace is just a weird, or Waller. Waller is just weird in general. She's like, ah, yes, I must take villains and make them into anti-heroes, but I'm still going to treat them like villains, and if they screw up, I want to kill them. Which the end of the Justice League Ultimate was Batman Beyond episode in disguise. Ah, okay. It's been forever since I've sat down and actually watched the show, and I never really got to watch all of the episodes. It was just whenever I caught it, and there was nothing else really on TV. Which I guess Cartoon Network's bringing back Toonami. Like, in the afternoon Toonami, not Adult Swim Toonami.
So he didn't die?
I don't know. Like, I just know that supposedly now if you have cable, dish, whatever, Cartoon Network, that channel, will have a Toonami block again for anime in the afternoons now, starting at like 3 p.m.
Tommy did.
But I don't know if they're bringing back Tom or anything like that.
That'd be so weird. Because also they did Adult Swim with that too.
Well, yeah, because it started as Toonami for like 2 hours, and then it rolled into Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And then eventually they ditched Toonami, and it was just all Adult Swim. So many nights waking up to Inuyasha's fucking, like, passing out on the couch and waking up to Inuyasha's opening song going, what the fuck is going on? No, for me it was almost always Inuyasha. And it was so funny because, like, you know, obviously they were playing them in roughly chronological order. So you'd catch one here, catch one there. You're like, wait, what the hell's happened? What? Like, just be lost and confused. And then it would loop back around, and then I was really lost and confused. There was a lot of time in my childhood where I did not sleep through the night. Also, Waller deciding Batman needs to exist, so she set up Terry to have the same backstory after ensuring he'd have Bruce's DNA and just failed because she used the wrong villain to set it up. Again, Waller is a sociopath. She causes so many problems trying to make the world better, quote unquote. I'm using that loosely. Like, she cares about her own, like, skin and whatever race she's currently in, but it's like, goddamn.
I can't remember how Terry was playing. That one's like a weird thing of Terry as a clone of.
I mean, if I remember correctly, you have the entire Batman Beyond animated series on DVD that I got for you.
Yeah.
We have a DVD player. Ooh.
Yeah, because that one has, because that one is on the same timeline with Batman, the animated series, and what was it, Batman Adventures.
I don't think I've ever actually heard of Batman Adventures.
So you had Batman, the animated series, and then right after that you had Batman Adventures. It's the same timeline. It's just you had the fucking I can't remember. No, because all the damn Robin names.
Let's see. Marvel said, I never really liked Waller, even though they're villains, they don't deserve to be threatened with a headache. And then Boa said, Batman, TAS, Superman, TAS, JLU, and then Batman Beyond. So I'm guessing it was Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Ultimate, and then Batman Beyond.
It's the second.
Do I need to just start listing the Batkids for you?
Because, if I remember correctly...
Because it's Dick was the first Robin.
Oh yeah, I know it's...
Almost messed that up, Bird.
Yeah, because that's what it was. So, it was Batman the...
Jason does not exist in the animated series for Batman. The one that becomes Red Hood. So if it's not Jason... It was Jason?
So what it was the Batman. Hold on. No, because what it is...
He said we're Googling it.
No, because Batman Beyond, the Joker is Jason.
The Joker's Jason? I don't remember any of the Batkids being Joker.
So what happened is...
Because didn't Joker kill Jason?
No.
That was Tim, is what Boa's saying. Tim was the Joker one. Joker Jr.
Yeah. So yeah, Tim got exposed because Joker kidnapped him.
Yeah.
Then did the toxins.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, Tim becomes Joker later on in Batman Beyond because of the whole brainwashing.
Toxins and then chipped him, is what I'm being told from Boa.
So, because also you have the Dee twins.
Yeah, see, I've seen the clips with the twins. I just never understood the context of the twins.
Because what throws up Bruce is like, Joker's still alive. He didn't know if that was the same Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on, it's like almost the ending of the Batman Beyond series, or it was the movie that he finally finds out that Tim is the Joker.
Yeah.
That time area.
And Boa says, and then Joker couldn't handle Terry being quippy.
Yeah. Because only how they found out it was one of theirs, because they broke into the Batcave. And destroyed almost everything, religiously destroyed the Robin costume.
Yeah. There's been a lot of Robins. Because you have Dick, Jason, Tim.
Tim Drake is the detective.
Yeah. Tim's the one who's super smart.
Then you had Todd.
There's Todd. There's now Damien. You had Batgirl with...
Batgirl's Barbara.
Was Barbara, who then became Oracle, right?
Yes, because Joker shot Barbara, paralyzed her.
Yeah. You had Cassidy? Or Cassandra?
As Batwoman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of Batkids, man. There's a lot, and there's a lot of different iterations of them, too. Like, there's a lot. Okay, that should be... Check. I'm off by 1, so we gotta do one more real quick. So this one will be 300. This is why we double check the numbers before we reset. Stephanie Brown and Duke, kinda. Duke was his own thing, though, wasn't he? Because doesn't Duke technically have powers? Is he the one who has, like, minor powers? Like, it's sad. I read the Batman family, like, webtoon comic. And I still feel like I'm missing kids, and it's driving me insane. Because I know Damien's the one who, like, is Bruce's actual son. He ran with the youth of Gotham in the We Are Robin movement. Okay. Like I said, I know there was a lot There's been a lot. All right. As far as I know, though, Jason's the only one who's died and then resurrected because he dies and comes back as Red Hood. Yay, Lazarus Pit.
I mean, technically, he never died, but yeah.
I mean, he's legally dead. And he refuses to resurrect. I think it's called Batman Family Adventures. Now I gotta check webtoons because I realize I haven't heard anything from that one in a hot minute, which tells me
So it's called the New Batman Adventures.
the new Batman Adventures.
And the new Batman Adventures, then the new Batman Adventures.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Wayne Family Adventures.
Yes, because that one,
Oh, I am subscribed to it. Just hasn't updated in a while.
okay, yeah, that's what it was. Because you have the Batman,
No, at least I didn't unsubscribe because it usually does that occasionally.
because you have the Batman animated series, and you have the Batman Adventures, the Batman Adventures that had Tim. Is the one that's in Batman Beyond.
Dick's done it? What do you mean Dick's done it? And Stephanie took over for Robin for a year while Tim was benched. Yeah.
Tim becomes Red Robin.
Dick's died before? Ah. Was Dick the one that got shot in the Killing Joke? Because I know there was one comic where they voted to, like, kill Robin, basically.
That's kind of hard because which Robin?
Well, that's what I was asking, if that's where Dick died before.
Because if it's Timeland, there's Nightwing. Nightwing is Dick.
I know Nightwing is Dick, and I know Jason is the one voted off. Okay. Because Jason's Red Hood, Nightwing is Dick, Stephanie, I think, was Batwoman / Robin at one point. Yeah, I know Barbara was shot, but she was paralyzed. Spoiler. What do you mean, spoiler? This shit's been out for years. Stephanie. Oh, was Stephanie? I don't know. There's too many timeline boas. There's so many timelines. I can't keep them straight.
That's why you just have the Flash. Then you can't keep track.
Oh, her dad was that one. Okay. See, I forgot that that was her dad. Not gonna lie. Hang on, hun. I gotta see if I counted that one or not. I did. Okay. I knew one of them had their dad as Clue Master. I forgot it was Stephanie, though. Like I said, it's hard. Bruce has a lot of kids, technically, because he keeps getting adopted. Stephanie is normally spoiler, but has been Robin and Batgirl. Okay, I got you. You weren't saying I was spoiling something. You were saying that's what her name was. Now I understand.
I mean, also,
Again,
Harley Quinn was part of that too.
Harley does what Harley wants, man. All right. You could probably make an outrageous statement about Harley Quinn, and I would probably believe it, because, yeah. Miss Quinzel canon does as she pleases. Cassandra Cain was the Batgirl, Orphan, and Black Bat. Right. Like I said, I try to keep them all straight. Like, normally I'm not a fan of, like, the Batman stuff. I was always been a fan of, like, the Titans. But I also wasn't big into superheroes a lot as a kid. Too many bat people. No, too many of them who've started off as Robin and then had to, I'm not your child anymore, Dad, via Batman. So then they change their name and their superhero persona.
Nah, you just have one of them start tripping.
I'm pretty sure all of the Bat Kids have had a bad drug-induced trip at some point. If they've fought Scarecrow.
Nah. Slade Wilson. Destro.
Slade Wilson is just a trauma machine for anyone within a 10-mile radius of the dude, alright?
Not Batman, just Dick.
I mean, Dick shouldn't have mouthed off. Bruce's cousin Kane is Batwoman, who's technically adopted Cassandra. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot. I know he has one. Bruce has one genetic child, and that's Damien. Yeah, because his mother had to be an assassin. Feel bad for Damien, man. Kid doesn't know how to be a kid. One genetic child in the main timeline. Yes, the main timeline. Because somehow we still have a main timeline at this point.
I mean, it's amusing he calls Harley Quinn old.
You say that, and I'm just having flashbacks to the Harley Quinn animated show on HBO.
Was in that.
Yeah, I know.
Because they used Damien in that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's trying to get a nemesis. Then they're like, oh, it's Damien's nemesis is now Harley Quinn. And it's like, wait, what? Ah, yes, Damian Wayne, the one character who's annoying a lot. Every Robin's annoying, but I find Damian more annoying than the rest. You're not alone in that statement, Marvel. A lot of people apparently find Damian annoying.
I mean, on the recent ones, he's getting better.
Damian has two different origins, and a lot of fans were mad about the retcon. The only origin I've ever heard of was that his mom is from the League of Assassins, and his grandfather's the one who runs it.
Yeah, Talia.
Yeah, Talia Ghul. Yeah. That's the only origin I've ever heard for Damien. I haven't heard of another one. Ah, that makes more sense, Bo. I understand now. The retcon is whether or not it was consensual.
Yes.
I mean, I know Bruce will stick his dick in crazy. We've seen that many times.
Talia disagrees with her father constantly.
Dude.
Every time there's an issue with her father, it's always, let me call Bruce. Solve my daddy issues.
That's not how that works.
Oh, it does. Constantly. It happens in the fucking game. It happens in the series. Oh, my dad's going crazy again. Bruce, I'm having daddy issues.
I feel like there's two meanings to that statement. And I don't know which side I want to deal with there, so we're just gonna move on. Hello, Electrode. Why are you in my chat? Somebody catch the Electrode so I can't use self-destruct, please. Also, I'm slowly already over here losing my mind from making freaking Arctazolts. Whoa, do the thing. Man, Bruce, I know, like, Bruce has issues, all of his villains have issues, but god dang it, what is going on with the Batman timelines over here? Bird, not fish. Dino. Yes.
You know, if you want to go with the Snyder of the Ben Affleck Batman.
I don't want to deal with anything related to Zack Snyder's Batman, I really don't.
Superman must die. Superman's going to take over the world.
It's not only that, it's just when it comes to DC Universe, the movies don't exist in my opinion, all right? Because every time the DCEU makes a goddamn movie, it's atrocious anymore. It really is. Also, circle way back around. Yes, Duke is Signal and has light and dark powers. That is the only one working in the daylight. Okay, Duke is the one with superpowers. I knew there was one that actually had powers. I just couldn't remember. Again, I'm trying to keep track of everybody, and it's so bloody hard because there's so many of them at this point, and it all depends on which timeline you're in.
Technically, Batman has powers.
You just said that your favorite thing about Batman is that he doesn't have powers.
Okay, this is the other thing I hate. This is the thing I want. Multiverse. Oh, actually, no, even still. Because in the Justice League, he explains how to defeat the Green Lantern. And it's the Yellow Lantern.
Uh-huh.
Technically, for him to do it, he has to wear the ring or have the power.
Uh-huh. There's also like 2 superheroes. You punch a lantern in the face. That's how you defeat a lantern, according to Boa.
Yeah, no shit. Or you just go up to Ryan.
Dick has done it. I mean, to be fair, Ryan Reynolds would probably hand you that ring. He regrets the fuck out of that role.
I love it so much.
Because he
just shot himself.
Dick has done it as Robin. Nice. Like, I'm all for Ryan Reynolds shitting on his role as Green Lantern, alright? He thought he signed up for a good deal and then he got screwed. And he's hated it ever since, and I don't blame the man. Also, babe, please tell me you've seen the newer Deadpool and Wolverine trailers.
Yes. I think it has cable in it too.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, it's gonna have cable again. It should have cable again.
Dick just punched Hal out in a jail meeting, but, I mean, as Dick should do. Sometimes Hal is a dumbass. Of course, that's kind of my general consensus of the Justice League sometimes, is that they're 95% dumbass.
No, that's just Super Dick.
No, it's the fact that most of them just bow down to Super Dick. The only one who doesn't normally is Bruce, and then if Dick's there, Dick, because Dick's just like, fuck all you guys, you refuse to help us.
Also, Wonder Woman has a thing for Batman.
I feel like Wonder Woman technically has a thing for everybody. It just depends on which comic writer you're dealing with. Because I've seen the Wonder Woman who had a thing for Batman. I've seen the Wonder Woman who had a thing for Superman. I had seen the Wonder Woman who had a thing for Martian Manhunter at one point.
Oh, because the Justice League, the ones we wrote in like the early 2000s.
Also, Bruce had a meeting with Hal in a yellow room with himself and Dick in yellow outfits. Dick serving lemonade. Why was Dick serving lemonade? What?
That's how. Hello, Dave. How are you doing?
Not that Hal. We're not talking Space Odyssey over here. Because lemonade is good. Because lemonade is yellow. They just trying to traumatize Hal with the color yellow? Is that what they were doing because it's Yellow Lantern weakness thing? Yes. Okay, so it's Batman playing mind games because that's how he wins most of his shit. Mind fuckery. If they're too busy second guessing what you're doing, they're not busy enough to notice you punching them in the head repeatedly. That just feels like Batman's brand, not gonna lie. Because Green Lantern can't affect yellow. Is it because green is a color of blue and yellow? Is that why they can't be affected? Okay. I'm not either. I'm asking Boa. So 7 more. Yes. Okay. Not me double checking my number yet again. Me. No, it's because Parallax is trapped in the green power source. I'm just gonna smile and nod at that one, Boa. Parallax just made me think of a dragon from Skyrim. That's what I did. Valid. Completely valid. Okay. For my comic fans, can someone please explain to me why all of a sudden, now that Damian exists, why are him and Raven being shipped together so hard in the fan space? Does anyone know that? Because that one creeps me out. Because I grew up with Raven as a teenager when I was like a teenager, so like, and Damian, every time I've seen him, is like a 7-year-old. Also, Bruce's favorite hero is a Green Lantern? Okay, then. So, like, the ship makes no sense in my mind, and I just want some clarification as to where the fuck it came from. Just not a member of the Lantern Corps. I mean, that makes sense. I avoid fandoms due to ships being all over the fucking place. Fair enough, Marvel. Occasionally I read fanfiction, alright? It's just weird because, like, the weird one for me always, again, fan of the Titan stuff, used to be like Raven, Robin relationship stuff. And I'm like, nah. Like, that just, I'm like, no, that doesn't feel right. Like, I always just want, like, the found family shit where they're just, like, teenagers being teenagers type of shit. But so many of the fucking fics now are Raven, Damien, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense in my mind. It really doesn't. Dick's a redhead chaser anyway, yeah. Probably pushback for the John Damien shippers. Oh, right. I forgot about the whole, like, comic John Damien thing where everyone was pissed. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. A lot of people were pissed for no fucking reason.
And there's the new comic that Nightwing and Starfire had a kid.
Yeah, I mean, again, Dick's had a history with redheads, but...
Not when...
Not when what?
Yeah. Not when it's like... Trying to make it their own image.
Got you. That weirdness.
I know you've seen it. It looks like a Oompa Loompa with, like...
I haven't.
Short... You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God. It looks like an Oompa Loompa with, like, short black hair.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. The only time I get into fandoms is when people are talking about stuff that actually happened in whatever fandom, like Sonic. I avoid that fandom, but go in whenever there's an update about a movie, show, or game. Fair enough. Dick told Barbara about him and Corey having a kid by... Alrighty then, Dick. I know that's his name, but damn, he doesn't have to live up to it so fucking hard. Alright, so it should be one more and then reset. Doo-doo. Ow. Like I said, there's so many timelines. I get so confused. Okay, was that 3:30 or are my numbers off? That was 3:30. Okay, so home. Close. No. Okay. I was debating if I wanted to do another 30 because I originally was going to stop at 300 and now I'm like, I think I've lost my sanity when it comes to doing these resets. We've gone from 0 to 330 in 3.5 hours. Quick question. What version of the Flash are you most used to? Barry Allen's Flash, the animated one.
Here, but not here. It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat. The one I'm used to is Justice League animated Barry Allen quippy Flash. DC's version of Spider-Man, basically, when it comes to quippiness. But Dick has been with Barbara and Starfire, and I think Roy? I don't remember all of Dick's relationships, Boa. Like I said, there's so much, like, content when it comes to comic or superheroes in general, and there's so many different multiverses and timelines and everything else. I can't keep track. There's just the little bits of interaction that I've had, and I'm like, okay, those are the versions I'm used to. So, like, for me, it's Titans from Max/HBO, and then Teen Titans on Cartoon Network. Some animated Justice League stuff. And, like, that's kind of it, because I never really watched a whole lot of it as a kid. Like, there's just some weird parts of it that's, like, kind of comforting to me, and that's about it in all reality. What is it? Gabriel... No, not Gabriel Iglesias. Not the stupid singer. Gabriel Piccolo? Hang on, let me pull this up real quick. I have an app for this. My catalog. Beast Boy and Raven. So it comes up as Cami Garcia as like the writer, but the illustrator, it should be Gabriel Piccolo. if you've ever seen, is it a comedian, not singer? Close enough, Boa. Close enough. If you guys have ever been on the internet and you've seen in the past few years Teen Titans content where like Starfire's in a NASA shirt, Fluffy, okay. Sorry about. I'm tired. I've been up since 3 a.m. now, dude. My brain got fried a while ago. But no, your cat's the one who woke me up at 3 a.m. All right. I did. You know what she did? She scratched at the door. And then mine woke up and started screaming at me. But, brain. If you've ever been online and you've seen like the art of like Starfire in like a NASA t-shirt, Cyborg Victor in his sweats, Beast Boy in t-shirt and shorts, Raven, like they're in casual clothing and stuff. That is an actual comic series that's been coming out slowly but surely, focusing on the original Titans. And it's honestly really sweet because I've been slowly picking them up and everything. It is very much them being kids with superpowers, not so much them trying to save the world per se. So it's a little bit of an alternate story timeline type of thing, obviously, but it's really nice. But yeah, Barry is the one I'm most used to as well. None of the either Wests. The only other one I know of is Kid Flash from Teen Titans, like the animated Teen Titans, and I don't.
It's just Flash. They're all the same person.
All right, there. Are you snorting something? I don't know.
It's literally Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat. What do you have with this Schrodinger's cat thing today, man? With your puzzle box, Barry Allen West stuff, like what's going on there?
Think about it. You open the box, he's dead. You leave the box closed, it's still alive. He's here, but not here.
He's here, but not here. All right.
The anti-Flash is him.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave you with that one. Anywho, y'all, I'm wrapping up for the day. Yes, I am. What money? Apparently there was a time where Wally West was a Flash and Barry only became known because of the show, so I had to ask. Valid. Like I said, I don't bloody know. I don't interact with enough of them to really matter. But we're gonna go ahead and raid over to Mundane Arcane, who's currently playing the new Paper Mario. So give her lots of lovin's. If you have my emotes, use the second message I put up. If you don't have the emotes, please use the first message I put up. Got that. Queue up raid. If I remember correctly, our next stream should be Monday? Stream schedule. I stand corrected. Tuesday we're supposed to be playing in Other Waters. So that is supposed to be another underwater exploration chill kind of game. Also not Bart, but Bart was mostly Young Justice. Okay. See, I watched very little Young Justice. But please remember to take care of yourselves, everybody. Drink food. Fuck. Drink water, eat food. Fuck off. Fucking Bart. Bart is a clone time traveler of Barry. Okay. Drink water, eat food, stretch if you can. If the weather will not kill you and is nice outside, please spend 5-10 minutes outside, go for a walk, enrich your life. Get some good sleeps, and I will catch you guys next week for Into Deep Other Waters. Everybody, take care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.